Applesauce. No, I'm kidding. It says applause. Ray, do me a favor. Could you flick that once? All right. Now, remember, you're all a big part of the show. So the better you are, the better Larry is. Okay, now you see this gentleman? Now he's giving me this sign, and it says, "We're on in 10 seconds, so get ready to have a good time." All right, here we go. This is exciting, isn't it?
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, everybody, who is ready for a very special White-tober kickoff? It's easy for everybody. It's My Dinner with Andre week. Who's ready to have My Dinner with Andre? Who's ready to have dinner with Andre?
Because only he brings up the natural luster of the wood. Larry.
Thank you. We have so many stars. We have poetry, we have music, we have comedy. We have a two-drink minimum. We have 5-minute time limit per performer. Give yourselves a big round of applause for coming out. Let's get away. We're live. All right, so we thank you. We have a very special treat for everyone tonight. Without further ado, okay, it is My Dinner with Andre night. I know everyone is stoked. I know it's everybody's favorite movie, and everybody, yeah, that's right, give it up for My Dinner with Andre. Give it up for Andre Gregory and Wallace Shawn, New York legends. That's right, Andre the Giant, baby. Wallace Andre, yeah, you may know them from The Princess Bride, but before that film, they made the most pretentious movie ever made. It's a 2-hour conversation piece. And it's my favorite film. It's the greatest film of all time. So we're going to be presenting a little scene from that. I'm just going to set that up a little bit. Ashley is going to be playing Wally. Wally is a playwright. He lives with his girlfriend Debbie in Soho, and he's an avant-garde playwright. And he's just he wants to stay in his comfort zone. He doesn't want, he's afraid of the world. And him and Andre have been estranged. Andre is an avant-garde theater director. He's a Nepo baby. He's a child of wealth. And he's been traveling. He's been in the Sahara with monks and doing a production of The Little Prince. And he's with Richard Avedon and Long. See the film. It's an amazing film. But we are just going to transport you there tonight. Okay, this is a little scene from the film. We're just starting to warm up, and we're talking about kind of the modern human condition. So without further ado, get ready to have dinner with Andre.
Let's eat, baby.
That was one of the reasons Grotowski left the theater. He just felt people were performing their own lives so well that the theater was sort of superfluous and, in a way, obscene. I mean, isn't it amazing how often a doctor will live up to our expectation of how a doctor should look? I mean, you see a terrorist on television, he looks just like a terrorist. I mean, we live in a world in which fathers or single people or artists are all trying to live up to someone's fantasy of how a father or a single person or an artist should look and behave. They all act as if they know exactly how they ought to conduct themselves at every single moment. And they all seem totally self-confident. Of course, people privately are very mixed up about themselves. And they know they should be, they don't know what they should be doing with their lives. They're reading all these self-help books.
Oh God, and I mean those books are just so touching because they show how desperately curious we all are to know how all the others of us are really getting on in life. even though by performing these roles all the time, we're just hiding the reality of ourselves from everybody else. I mean, we live in such ludicrous ignorance of each other. I mean, we usually don't know the things we like to know, even though our supposedly closest friends, I mean, you know, suppose you're going through some kind of hell in your own life. Well, you would love to know if your friends have experienced similar things, but we just don't dare to ask each other.
No, it would be like asking your friend to drop his role.
I mean, we just put no value at all in perceiving reality. I mean, on the contrary, this incredible emphasis that we all place now on our so-called careers automatically makes perceiving reality a very low priority. Because if your life is organized around trying to be successful in a career, well, it just doesn't matter what you perceive or what you experience. You can really sort of shut your mind off for years ahead. In a way, you can sort of turn on the automatic pilot, you know, just the way your mother's doctor had on his automatic pilot when he went in and he looked at the arm and he totally failed to perceive anything else.
Right, our minds are just focused on these goals and plans, which in themselves are not reality.
No, goals and plans are not. I mean, they're fantasy. They're part of a dream life. I mean, you know, it always just does seem so ridiculous somehow that everybody has to have his little goal in life. I mean, it's so absurd in a way. I mean, when you consider that, it doesn't matter which one it is.
Right, and because people's concentration is on their goals, in their life they just live each moment by habit. Really, like the Norwegian telling him the same stories over and over again. Life becomes habitual. And it is today. I mean, very few things happen now. Like that moment when Marlon Brando sent the Indian woman to accept his Oscar and everything just went haywire. Things just very rarely go haywire now. And if you're just operating by habit, then you're not really living. I mean, you know, in Sanskrit, the root of the verb to be is the same as to grow or to make grow.
Huh?
Yeah. Do you know about Rock?
Huh?
Rock was a wonderful man. He was one of the founders of Findhorn, and he was one of Scotland, well, he was Scotland's greatest mathematician, and he was one of the century's great mathematicians, and he prided himself on the fact that he had no fantasy life, no dream life, no imaginary life, nothing to stand between him and the direct perception of mathematics. And one day, when he was in his mid-50s, he was walking in the gardens of Edinburgh, and he saw a fawn. The fawn was very surprised because fawns have always been able to see people, but you know, very few people see them. And you know, those imaginary little not a deer.
Oh.
Like, you call them fawns, you know, fawns.
I thought a fawn was a baby deer.
Well, there's a deer that's called a fawn, but then there's like these little imaginary...
Oh, the kind that Debussy...
Yeah, exactly. So he got to know the fawn, and then he got to know other fawns, and a series of conversations began. And more fawns would come out every afternoon to meet him, and he'd have talks with the fawns. And then one day, after a while, you know, they'd really gotten to know him, and they asked him if they would like to meet Pan, because Pan would really like to meet him. But the great danger he felt for him was to fall into a trance out of habit. He had a whole series of very simple exercises that he had invented just to keep seeing, feeling, remembering, because you have to learn now. It didn't used to be necessary, but today you have to learn something like, are you really hungry? Are you just stuffing your face because that's what you do out of habit? I mean, you can afford to do it, so you do it, whether you're hungry or not. You know, if you go to the Buddhist meditation center, they make you taste each bite of your food, so it takes 2 hours. It's horrible. It takes 2 hours to eat your lunch. But you're conscious of the taste of the food. If you're just eating out of habit, then you don't taste the food, and you're not conscious of the reality of what's happening to you. You enter the dream world.
Do you think maybe we live in this dream world because we do so many things every day that affects us in some ways that somehow we're just not aware of? I mean, you know, I was thinking how last Christmas Debbie and I were given an electric blanket. Now I can tell you that it is just such a marvelous advance over our old way of life, and it is just great, but it is quite different from not having an electric blanket. And I sometimes sort of wonder, Well, what is it doing to me? I mean, I sort of feel I'm not sleeping quite in the same way.
Well, no, you wouldn't be.
I mean, and my dreams are sort of different, and I feel a little bit different when I get up in the morning.
I wouldn't put an electric blanket on for anything. First, I'd be worried I might get electrocuted. I don't trust technology. I mean, the main thing, Wally, is that I think that kind of comfort just separates you from reality in a very direct way.
You mean?
I mean, if you don't have that electric blanket and your apartment is cold and you need to put on another blanket or go to the closet and pile up coats on top of the blanket you have, well, then you know it's cold. And that sets up a link of things. You have compassion for the person next to you cold? Are the people in the world who are cold? What a cold night. I like the cold. My God, I never realized I don't want a blanket. It's fun being cold. I can snuggle up against you even more because it's cold. All sorts of things occur to you. Turn on that electric blanket and it's like taking a tranquilizer. It's like being lobotomized by watching television. I think you enter the dream world, Wally. I mean, what does it do to us? Living in an environment where something as massive as the seasons or winter or cold don't in any way affect us. I mean, we're animals after all. I mean, what does that mean? I think that means that instead of living under the sun and the moon and the sky and the stars, we're living in a fantasy world of our own making. All right, that's enough My Dinner with Andre. Thank you for listening to us. See, it's the most amazing. Isn't it riveting? How they're talking about their blankets. I mean, give it up for Ashley. Ashley is Wally. Thank you for humoring us.
Stay tuned for a live stream My Dinner with Ashley.
That's right, we're going to go out to dinner and we're going to live stream it. It's going to be the sequel, My Dinner with Ashley. Give it up for Ashley. It's open mic time. We'll clear the Chipotle. We just wanted to bring the reality to you. Show you this is not just a movie. This is real life. Go out and have dinner with your friends. All right, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for coming to Easy Paradise. We have a lot of amazing acts. It's a 2-drink minimum. It's a 5-minute time limit per performer. Is it possible? Is it possible we could get Jack Barth up? Can Jack Barth? Is that possible to do some comedy? Give it up good for Jack Barth, everybody.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Who's actually seen My Dinner with Andre here? Or who's confused? Everyone was confused. I've seen it, so I thought it was good, man. All right, I thought it was really good. I guess I'll do stand-up now. I guess I'll start this thing out. Trying to quit smoking. Trying to stop smoking as much. Anyone else? No? Okay, cool. Trying to stop smoking as much. What they don't tell you is when you stop trying to smoke, you just kind of replace it with something else. You know, so I've been replacing it with candy, but that's not really the vibe, you know? All the times when you would smoke, it's not really the vibe to just eat candy. Like I'll be outside this bar eating a Three Musketeers.
Can I go early?
Yeah. And people are like, why did he have to go outside to eat that? And why did he put it in his mouth and light it first?
Thank you so much, bro.
So I got those American Spirit chocolates, you know? Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm a math tutor, teach kids math for my job. Kids say the darndest things. Let me tell you, kids say the darndest things like, when are you gonna get a real job? That's you know. Why don't you have a girlfriend? You know. Why are there so many Jewish people in New York? You know? Did I say kids? I meant my grandma. My grandma says the darndest things. Yeah, she's kind of racist. She's like weird, right? It doesn't even make sense. Like she told me once, she was like, Jack, did you know Mahjong, like the game Mahjong, was invented by the Jews? I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Mahjong doesn't even sound Jewish. It's like if she was like, did you know Chinese checkers was invented by the Italians? That doesn't make any damn sense, Grandma. I have to kids ask me questions sometimes while I'm teaching them, and I don't get paid enough to answer them, and I don't know how to answer them. I had this one kid the other day, and he was really interested about the police for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell this kid was watching on TikTok, but he was really into the police that day. And he asked me this question. He said, if you're not a crook, he said crook, like he's in the 1930s. Said, if you're not a crook, do you have any reason to be afraid of the police? Dude, do you know how many things I'd have to explain to this kid to explain that question? I have to ruin his life. You know, I have to explain racism, police brutality. We don't have worksheets on that. We have worksheets on fractions, not police brutality. It would be weird if we did, you know? I have to like show him body cam footage on my iPhone and like say his name, all right? Right? How would you guys explain, all right? I just said no. I was like, nope, you got nothing to worry about. I have to explain the black experience as a white guy to an Asian kid? That's too many variables, dude. I'm not that good at math, you know? Not that good at math. Alright, what was the next thing? Because I can't remember 5 minutes. Don't worry, the phone's already broken. Oh, I get anxious. Okay, does anyone else relate to this feeling? I get like anxious at having to make decisions. So a lot of times I do something so I don't have to make a decision anymore. Anyone else relate to that? Yeah. So I was on the subway the other day, and there's this like older woman who was like falling asleep, and she was like, and I'm like right here, right? So she's like almost hitting my shoulder, and then she, you know, and then she kind of wakes up, and then she goes like, and the whole time I'm like fucking anxious, and I'm like, what do I do if she just lays her head on my shoulder? Because I can't be like, get the fuck off me, lady, you know? But I also can't be like, no, come here. Yeah, this is nice. You know? So I didn't know what to do, so I just laid my head on her shoulder. Your decision now, lady. Might be married now. You guys ever like have a thing happen to you that no one really like cares about? Like, no one gives you sympathy for? Like, alright, I had my first girlfriend, I want to say cheated on me with a woman. I almost said another woman. I'm not a woman. With a woman, and no one cares, right? Because it's a woman. Whenever I tell a straight guy that, they're like, dude, that's awesome. That fucking rules. You're so lucky. You're so lucky the love of your life fucked someone else. That's so awesome. Because I feel like straight guys are like, yeah, no, she's probably thinking about me the whole time. They probably both were, to be honest. No, she's not, dude, okay? Yeah, that's it for me. Alright, bye guys. Enjoy the mic.
Give it up for the hilarious Jack Barth here in Mike-tober. I didn't hear a lot of My Dinner with Andre references, but that's okay. All right, this next poet we're super stoked about. Give it up for Dezi, everybody. We're stoked to have Dezi out. He's a great poet. He's gonna kick. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I don't really do intros, but this poem I'm about to read, I read it before. It's a reinterpretation of a poem I wrote when I was 19, you know, but I don't know, I think it came out pretty well. Alright, it's called Lampposts. Clinging to lampposts, yanking ropes in a cold moon blizzard, autopsy chopping block till befitting for archaeology, fallen remains permafrosted in chum puddles of amber, that only keep us from the cold, offers no warmth of a surrogate hearth, only keep us blithe from the cold. Keeping up night blind to stave off under-awning boogeymen of sundered shadows, ambling as guillotine chickens that have lost the yen for their heads. Banana stalks wrapped in shawls, leaning against corner stores, boarded up into gate-kept chapels, where folks bemoan wasted loaves, delinquinated banshees, laminated onto expired timetables, for chop shop streetcars whose attene went flaccid, without a slush fund or shrove. Loose change spurted out of a white box crew cup, in flight from nipple nozzle spray eroding caliber of strays, praised by vocoders' sermons stilted by stereotypy, exhorting the downcast to idolize LEDs blinking red. This false fluorescent morgue light signaling safety to all locomotors that have paled or hold themselves steadfast from proximal locution, In these vacuums, we walk under light bulbs. Easy bake with no eureka moment on the chime. All that UV brulee goo settled for good as oil shimmer shroud of a creek waited in parallel. Let's pupil dilate pop our bubbles, seated floral in the midst. This rupture of Thanatos and Eros in a loop-de-loop collapse into one Ouroboros orbit, whose gravitational mimesis we can't escape. Some strangers just want you to succubus their death rattle. Witness so it don't go to waste, instead of turning blindly from their night into that Icarus moth oblivion, swimming around ringed infernos of anesthetic light. That's one. Woo! Here's another one. It's also new. I've read it before, but it's new. Yeah, alright. If loneliness is the spirit of our age, what is its totem? Easy to invoke ether, methane and catabolic oxides, shooting static downdrafts from bricolage parachutes, more substantive than shell game of empty vessels, that trial by stampede of inflationary excess, impermeable pressure of breaking water tensions combo from trickle-down vapor. Those poltergeist glyphs, temporarily tattooed by cathode rays, dressing room ligatures cherry-picked recombinant, but still inadequate. Outline of a decapitated torch. 2 walnut sockets and a shipwrecked egg, shorthand for negative space. The proper flexion, what power does loneliness give that incites the bind? False impressions of independence. Farce carroted by pearls popping in and out of our pockets in a whirlpool roulette of power plays. Each on the verge of being filled or christened by reflective shatter. Pinprick spirited into the bottomless pits, appetite annihilated by shrapnel and freefall. Void stopped up in that belly-up belfry, excise of uvula. Will finally free to be the vacuum it so fervently seeks, risen past strata of runaway balloons popping rapid fire, outline pulverized by core collapse, able to suck it all in at last, not to be sated or possess, as shells corralled, as card game chattel, but encompass that everything we were promised to be. But for now, outline of a decapitated torch, 2 walnut sockets, and a shipwrecked egg. Pearl popping in and out of our chests, not players, merely pockets in the roulette wheel. Not enough friction to collar its centrifuge, doubled over by the bends. Wishing, if only we picked up the receiver, then we float away to the popping fields. But subsumed in static, deflationary hot air, wavering at the Lazarus line, frosting latex till blue in the face, anchor weighed by edging on that abyss we all yell over, not to each other, but that imagined, omnipresented self. Woo!
Give it up for Dezi. Dezi writes poetry in the park for money. What? If we can see you in Washington Square, or go to Washington. Hell yeah, go to Washington Square and pay him to write poetry for you. It's great stuff. It's custom to order. Give it up for Dezi, everybody. Hell yeah. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Love having Dezi. This next poet we're so stoked to have back. One of the all-time greats. Just great poetry. We're so stoked to hear what she is going to be writing about this weekend. Can we give it up for Tatyana? Let's get Tatyana up, everybody. One of the open mic legends.
Wow, that's an intro. Yeah, I haven't been here in a while. I'm really excited.
Woo!
I'm gonna read a few things. So, okay, I have a full-ass moth infestation in my apartment, and as a poet, I'm not doing anything about it. I'm just writing poems about it, which isn't helping the situation. This is called Moths. The moths are here. It is August, and they prefer the heat. They only eat the finest of things. They're eating all my memories of you. They can stay in the larva state for up to 3 years, eating. That's longer than I knew you. That's longer than I've ever been in love. I too know what it's like to be hungry for years. I too mistake consuming for living. Once moths are in the adult stage, they only live for about 10 days. The majority of their life spent as babies, eating, growing, only to reproduce and then die. You wanted 4 babies. You wanted to be married in a church, to reproduce and then die. I wanted to live. I wanted to know the seasons. It's been 3 years since I last saw you. The moths are hatching now. The moths are reproducing. The moths do not know what they are missing. The moths are happy. The cashmere sweater has holes. The life cycle completed. So I recently had sex with one of my best friends. Yeah. I'm very confused about it. So I'm gonna read 2 poems. One I wrote before we had sex, and one I wrote after we had sex. So this is what I wrote before. We wear helmets, and I wrap my arms around you, and we cruise. I feel safe with you, like a Sunday when Monday is a holiday. I feel safe with you, like I know you'll always take me home and make sure I'm safe. I'm grateful that we are just friends, that I don't think of you when the tide changes, and you don't write poetry about me. I wonder what would happen if I started to write poetry about you. I'm writing poetry about you. I think I love you. Our tradition is to go to a bar and steal their glasses. I almost have a full set now, but I feel I need more glasses. More opportunities to tell you about my mother. More opportunities to see you yawn when I talk about my mother. More opportunities to tell you how fucked up I am and watch you stay. I feel like you'll always stay. Please stay. Woo! And then this is what I wrote after we had sex. I love that tiny gap in your front teeth and how sweaty you get. Always in long sleeves, even in the heat of New York humid. I think only we could love each other this way, without expectations or judgment. We drink pet nat and eat deviled eggs and we enjoy together. I don't need you to be my anything. You give good hugs and thank God for that. You're honest and thank God for that. Yesterday we fucked and thank God for that. I'm trying so hard not to fall in love with you that I'm physically ill from it. Death doesn't interest me. I'm more interested in what you're doing right now, without me. I'm more interested in what you're having for dinner. The body will desire the abuse that it's used to. The body will be confused by comfort. And I'm okay with being a slut. I'm okay with the doorman knowing. I'm confident in my promiscuity. But I do wonder what it's like drinking coffee with you, waking up with your weight on me. I don't want you to lose weight. I just want to have more of you. When you take days to respond, I know it's because you're actually busy, because I actually know you. How many people in your life do you actually know? You've earned more than trust. You've earned forgiveness. And I look at you the way you look at a future lover when nothing bad comes to mind. So gentle that I don't even mind putting my tongue in his mouth. His mouth, always full of silence.
Woo! Wow. Amazing. We love having Tatyana come and spill the tea. It's deep gossip. We love it. It's what we all, it's our lives. It's just writing the truth of our lives and the hot, hot things that we all go through in this city full of hot people. Give it up for Tatyana, come on. These are the days of our lives. All right, they take 2 drink minimum, 5-minute time limit. I am tagging performers in the Instagram stories. You can check out all the performers in the Instagram stories. Can we get the great Luke Herberman up to play some tunes for us? He has a new album out, Red Film. Check it out on Spotify. Luke Herberman's a great musician. We have Gwen Frost coming up. We have Hannah Flam coming up and more. Give it up for Luke Herberman, everybody. Live dinner with Andre and I in October.
I don't claim to be a wise man, but I do think I know, or I've heard one thing tonight that I thought was hit me, and that was everybody hurts. Yeah. So small, love him then leave him. He want him to fall. He'll know what he's missing, and missing most of all. I can take the pain, accept it for now. And later you'll realize how much she found when she took out her knife and you dropped to the ground. All was fine. He didn't have to go out, then he raised my mind. No, I'm not trying to tell you the truth. I'm caught in a net like a fish in the sea, only drowning because I've no guilt to breathe. 15 days of running I've done to hide myself from everyone. 15 nights of sleeping alone, having no one to hold in the dark and the cold. Locked in the white, surrounded by silence, not even light. You'd understand the dark things you fight. And I sit here and play my lonely guitar. Music's the one thing to keep me warm. It takes me far. Me and my songs, we are never apart. And all is well, and all is fine. I hate myself from everyone. 15 nights of sleeping alone, having no one to hold in the dark and the cold. 15 months of loving a friend without an end to let go of my hand. I have a show with a full band on October 27th at Pete's Candy Store at 9 o'clock.
Hell yeah.
Give it up for Luke Herberman. I love that new intro. That extended instrumental intro. That was beautiful. I love that. Give it up for Luke Herberman. Super talent. Okay, so we have Hannah Flam, you were on deck. Shelby Latterman, you were in the hole. We have Natalie coming up, and more. Could we get the great President Witch? We have the President of the Witches. I don't know if you guys knew that. Give it up for Gwen Frost, everybody. It's Mike Tober. We have the President of the Witches. Give it up for Gwen Frost.
Thank you. This is a little higher. Thank you. I'm wearing really good shoes. It's not your fault. I'm gonna read some poetry. It's about birds. There were these birds on my fire escape, and I got really attached to them. It's just about birds, nothing else. Okay. I saw some birds in the sky, and I hoped you were one of them. The leaf skeleton exposed, glowing in morning light, aging yellow round their spines. There is a hole in the air. It is in the shape of your body and the particles displaced. And why have you shared your existence with me? I saw the birds unfold the morning sun, the horizon flying in concurrence with their wings over the building to the north. The clouds are still pink, and how much time elapses from the moment I wake until the moment I already think of you, the clouds are still pink? Or do you simply sit legs crossed in my subconscious, always already present in some corner of my mind? One of the ways birds know to fly south for the winter is by sensing the magnetic field of the earth shift. How did you know when to leave? Of course, there were signs it was getting worse. There was blood in the ink. There was more time lost underground in alien cities. There were brown shoes in cardboard boxes shipped to ex-boyfriends. There was no food in the kitchen, but how does a bird know to go where it's warm? I don't know if you broke my heart, but it goes without saying that my heart is broken. How does a bird know to go where it's warm? By the stars in the sky, the movement of constellations, the crawling of galaxies across our above. My eyes have been trained on the sky. The feeling for you I lost, then regrew over and over until it was something all my own, until the exile of all things heavy led you to grow feathers. Wings are a tricky thing. Self-imposed exile is leaving and telling yourself you had to go. You had to go. And summer is over and a beautiful woman told me to go where it's warm. I saw some birds on the skyline and I hope you are one of them. If you could ask a dove one question, what would it be? And he says, how can I help? And I say, have you ever fallen out of the sky? There were signs it was getting worse. It was getting worse, and I'm sorry I didn't see them. The captain of a sinking ship remembers a time he swam as a child, his mother holding his hand, the water lapping at his shoulders, and he put his head under, and he realized the world had never been so quiet. The captain of the sinking ship felt beauty, comfort, and his mind returned to the safety, and the ship sank anyway. It was raining when he left. I once knew a lonely man who wore the same brown shoes every day. They gave him wings, and then they took away the sky. I watched it happen, but then I had to look away. If I could ask you one question, what would it be? Do you miss it? The way things were. I saw some fucking birds in the sky, and I hoped you were one of them. I hope you feel bright and weightless. It's all I've ever wanted for you. And I know there were signs it was getting worse, but I'd like to think that as I fell, before my head smacked the floor, that I thought of my mom, carrying me like a sack of flour in from the car while I slept. I'd like to think this brought me comfort before it all went black. Like a handless captain aboard my own shipwreck, like a bird falling out of the sky, like losing you and telling myself I fucking had to. It is a certainty there will be pain in this life, but I knock on the mirror and the person inside turns away. I know feathers are a tricky thing.
Wow, give it up for Gwen Frost. I love that, the seasonal, yes, we feel those, that's so fascinating about the birds, I did not know that, the magnetic, you learn so much. I love poetry with facts in it. That's a tip, that's a writing tip, all you poets, put facts. Because then if your poem, I mean, all the best poems ever, the poems, then there's facts, and we've learned it. Give it up for Gwen Frost. That was amazing. We're feeling that seasonal change right now, as we move into Mike-tober. This is when things get really hot here in the Red Room. All right, so we have Kevin Boots, you are in the hole. Shelby Latterman, the hilarious Shelby Latterman, we're on deck. This next comedian is doing a show at the Gotham Comedy Club 1 week from today. That's the big time. That's a real comedy club in the Chelsea Hotel. And her dad is here. Her dad came out to support her art. So I love that. I love loving parents. I love that. Thank you. And give it up for Hannah Flam, everybody. Big round of applause for Hannah Flam.
Спасибо, спасибо. Здравствуйте. Hello, my name is Hannah Flam. I am actually here from KGB. I've been sent by Vladimir Putin to do some research to see how legit KGB bar is. Now, Red Room is very red, I like that, but people are too happy in here. I don't like how happy everyone is. No one is happy at KGB. But people do drink. I like that the Queen of the Witches is here. I like her. I want her to join KGB. No, just kidding. Hi, my name's Hannah Flam. I'm from Maple Grove, Minnesota. And my dad is here. He's actually coming from Minnesota to come visit me. Give it up for my dad. Yeah. Cody Flam is in the house. My dad is a very goofy guy, and he kind of inspired me to pursue stand-up, so I thought I would tell one of his jokes in honor of him being here. Where do cow farts come from? The dairy air. Thank you, Dad, for that amazing dad joke. Hilarious guy. No, actually, I've been here in New York for about 7 years now, and I'm turning 30 this year, and I've just been getting really sentimental lately, and part of me is like, girlfriend, I'm so proud of you. You've come so far. And another part of me is like, oh my God, you haven't done enough. You need to reinvent yourself. Let's start doing stand-up comedy. But, you know, I think it's a really interesting choice that I decided to start doing stand-up because I've been a lifelong people pleaser. And, you know, I decided to go into something that's all about pleasing a live audience. And you get immediate feedback on whether or not they think you're funny or need to get a new quarter-life crisis hobby. But here I am. This past year, though, I really have been trying to live it up and enjoy living in the city. And this past summer, my therapist actually recommended I live what's called a rat girl summer. This is real. It's a thing. It's on TikTok. Look it up. Seriously. Basically, it's just like this whole movement where women live their lives like rats. You don't spend any time at home. You eat anything that's going to give you energy to cause mayhem and cause chaos. And you just like do whatever you want. You like live your life like it's being led by whimsy. And I honestly have been really enjoying like the mayhem eating component of this. The other night I was actually at Penn Station and I stole a slice of pizza from an unsuspecting tourist and I brought it down to the catacombs of the subway and I offered it to the rat king himself, Rudy Giuliani. He loved it. But actually no, my rat girl food of choice has been hot dogs. I love hot dogs. I love wieners. But seriously though, I have had more Franks than a twink spending their weekend on Fire Island over Memorial Day. Like so many weenies in my life. I actually got featured on like this viral halal food truck TikTok where I was dancing with a hot dog and it got over 70,000 views. So like low-key, I'm a wiener influencer. Too bad that hasn't translated to my love life though. I'm unfortunately painfully single. Dad, plug your ears. I've been dating a lot of Jewish men this summer. I like to call myself an enthusiast. I'm an enthusiast of Jewish men, Jewish food, Jewish culture, but it hasn't been going well. The first Jewish guy I dated, on our first date, he threw up twice. And yeah, I went out with him again, and yeah, I was the one who got dumped, so I don't know what I did wrong there. And then the second Jewish guy I dated this summer, things like went really well, and we started to get real intimate, and like, I'm pretty sex positive, and so like, we were, you know, getting real intimate, having a good time, and he broke up with me while I was halfway through pegging him, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I went to Governor's Island over Labor Day weekend and I saw what looked like it to be a haunted synagogue. And I said, that is a metaphor for my vagina. Jewish men come in and they leave screaming. Thank you very much. Woo! Sorry, Dad. I love you.
Give it up for Hannah Flam, everybody! And let's look at this touching moment, come on! I wish my parents would come. Give it up one more time for Hannah Flam and her dad. I mean, come on, it's heartwarming. What it's all about. It's touching moments like those that make it all worthwhile for me, I know that. Thank you, give it up one more time for Hannah Flam. Alright, so we have Kevin Boots on deck, Natalie, the great Natalie is in the hole. We have Katie Evans coming up, Pieros, Joan Flaherty, Victoria Evans, Evan Kincade, and more. Can we get the very hilarious Shelby Latterman up? Give it up for Shelby Latterman.
I wasn't anticipating going up this early, so I scribbled some things on paper. Yep, Shelby. Sort of what's going to happen. I'm so glad that your parents come to your stuff. My parents also come to mine, which you'll find out why that's horrible. Also, I do this because when I was younger, I told my mom I wanted to be a model, and she said, "Oh, honey, I always pictured you becoming a stand-up comedian." She's a bitch. Now I'm here. I feel like, does anyone here have a corporate job? Okay, yeah, so I have a corporate job, and I feel like how you all feel about it, obviously, like it's miserable, and I was talking to my cousin, because I feel like a lot of women, when they want to escape corporate America, they just say, I'm just going to have a baby. Because that's easier. I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna have a baby. So I was talking to my cousin who did exactly that, and she's like, oh my god, being a new mom, it's so amazing. I just sort of like cook food, and I bring them stuff, and I make calls for them because they can't talk. And I was just like, you quit being an AVP at a startup, and now you're an intern. That's such a downward move. That's such a, like, not even lateral, that's just down, babes. So I think that people are getting a little too sexually liberated.
Right after me.
I'll explain with that. I was on a first date last week, and I was honest with this person. I was like, look, we can go back to your apartment, but I don't want to have sex. I'm on my period. And they were like, oh my god, no, that's totally fine. I don't care. Ew. If I say I'm on my period, I mean I have a yeast infection. That is girl math. If I say I have a headache, I'm on my period. Okay? Period, yeast infection. If I say I have a yeast infection, I have gonorrhea. And if I tell you that I have gonorrhea, you should probably get that checked out because you probably also have gonorrhea. And also escobar. So something about me is that I'm gay. Woo! But like the pretty kind. I did get dumped recently. I know, you're also confused. You're like, she's sad, but she's blonde. That doesn't make any sense. I'm irrepressible thoughts of death Barbie. That's what it is. I told my mom about it because I was bummed, and my mom said, Shelby, why are you wasting time dating girls when you should be dating Jews? I love that my mom didn't want to be racist, so instead she was just homophobic. I do feel like that's better. I was like, Mom, do you know that there can be gay girl Jews, right? She's like, honey, I don't think any other daughter would disappoint their mother that much. So I am the only one. The only gay girl Jew over here. So I am in therapy. Are we in therapy? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. I have a virtual therapist. I can't afford to have one in New York. She's registered in all sorts of states, just not this one. Which is fine. I just pretend I'm still living in my hometown. And I don't change any of my stories. You know, I'll tell her the truth. I'll be like, I went to work, I had a comedy show, I caught a Broadway play with my friends, we went to this club, it's called House of Yes, it's like you have to wear a costume. I walk outside, I see this guy jump in a river, he doesn't come back up. I start crying, I'm hyperventilating, and then I just looked at the sky and I said, is this my youth? I don't know, what do you think? And she just goes, damn, Pittsburgh is a lit-ass city. She's planning a trip to Pittsburgh with her family based on my recommendations. So, yeah, you think this is funny? I'm stressed. I have 3 days to commission a lesbian bar with a ball pit. So, I'm busy. My parents, they're moving out of my childhood home. Which is sad, and a couple weeks ago I went to go help them like pack up my stuff, but I told them in advance, like, I don't really need anything, you can just throw it all away, but please don't go through my stuff. You can just pick it up, throw it away. It's totally fine, I don't need anything. Because there's one item in my room that I do not need my parents to see, and that is a zippered tote bag containing every dirty letter my high school boyfriend ever wrote me. And as well as anything that a 17-year-old might consider a sex toy, aka 2 Victoria's Secret bustiers, size extra, extra small, and a Santa hat that just says naughty. And of course I go home, everything is cleared out of my room. My room is sheets, bed, blanket. In the corner is that bag. And that is all they left. Okay, thank you everyone. I'm Shelby Latterman.
Give it up for Shelby Latterman and Mike Tober. We're celebrating Mike Tober all Mike Tober long. All right, so we have Katie Evans coming up. It's a news magazine. It's a news magazine. You're in the hole. You're in the hole. So there's 2 people. I'm sorry. You're in the hole. Sorry. Natalie is on deck. Sorry about that. False alarm. Can we get Kevin Boots up? Give it up for Kevin Boots, everybody. That bitch gonna play some tune for us. Good evening. Woo! Yeah! My name is Kevin. Kevin Boots.
Happy Mike-tober. Last week was the black tie gala. I had a black tie on the guitar. This week I made business cards that are back there, and they feature I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's the Liquid Death skull. Some of them have the skull, others are a little more colorful, but they are back there. Feel free to take one. And I'm also going to play a song that one of my few songs in a minor feel, because it's Mike-tober and it's spooky now. So it's called Missing You Tonight, comma whatever.
Missing you tonight, whatever. I ain't been feeling right, whatever. Been keeping it inside. With every drink I try, I ain't the same. When I'm alone and I look at the sky, I put down my phone and I lose in my pride. I said it's for the best. It's easier done than said. You never expect extent of regret. But I'm missing you tonight, whatever. I ain't been feeling right, whatever. Been keeping it inside. With every drink I try, I ain't the same. And all of the things that you said you would do, all of the rings that you left in my room, well, I had to throw them out. And I hope that you won't mind. There's just some things I can't hold on too tight. When I'm missing you tonight, whatever. I ain't been feeling right, whatever. Been keeping it inside. With every tear I hide, I ain't the same. I ain't the same. Oh, 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 yeah.
Thank you. Mike-tober business cards.
That's right. Check out the business cards written on the back of the death can recycling that he found. That is ingenuity, okay? That proves you can make things, you have ideas, and you put your ideas into action. You are hired. Give it up for Kevin Boots, everybody. Get these limited edition for Mike-tober with the death can. All right, so we have Pieros. You are in the hole. Katie Evans, you are on deck. Can we get the amazing Natalie, one of the greatest writers in the English language? Give it up for Natalie, everybody.
So I'm gonna do kind of an experiment in which I took like different fragmented poems and made like but it's not one poem, it's just like different poems in an attempt to create like a story arc. If you guys have been here a lot, you probably know I am writing a book about my experience as a stripper. So I kind of took all these poems from like different relationships during that. So I'll admit it, I almost stopped dancing for a man. Have you ever wanted to save something so badly? His hand rubbing down my back almost feels like a climax. I'm making the same faces after all. Do you know how many people have touched me? How I have cringed but learned to lean in? I wonder if he came to the strip club, if we had never met, how would his touch feel on me? I don't think the orgasms I give myself can ever live up to the ones you gave me. It's like not even the same feeling. What is attachment and what is love, and which are we respectively sick with? Together we foreshadowed the apocalypse. I have always been existential, and you are telling me about asteroid predictions. Tell me when it happens, where do you want to be? And don't tell me on an island, because what island and how are we gonna get there? Did you hear me say we? Already assuming where you want to be is me. The first time you ate my pussy before doing anything else, I don't even like getting my pussy eaten. I hate the tickle, but I appreciate the gesture of a gentleman. I feel like we are making love before either of us say I love you. Eventually you ask what I like and miss the discovery that something is missing, so I tell you, I like pain, to which you reply, how much? Probably more than you're willing to give out, I say. And I say this because you are nice, I thought, and sensitive. The sex is great, but still you have not made one discovery, the one I won't tell you about until you guess it, until one day at dinner, say a bottle of Vouv, you lean in close and say, do you want me to degrade you? And I say, yes. And now you know how I love cruel precision, how I find explosion in being helpless, pleasure in being pinned, freedom in being confined, sex with you, the mental entanglement, the breathy and punctured everything, say, I feel everything, I've never come so fast, hard, easy, melting. I love you, and you are looking at me like I am so, so dirty, and you tell me I smell like the strip club, distinct, hairspray and body spray and sweat, and other people sweat. You say you don't even want to fuck me on the days that I work, that you can feel the other men on me, and I already knew that, but hearing you say it out loud makes it so much worse. So I always go home to shower before coming back to yours after my shift. So it's a good thing we're neighbors. You are so accessible that way. If I am drunk, I won't even think about it unless you are begging me to come. So you can hate it out loud and in front of me and still have me sleeping next to you. I swore to never change. When the other girl in the dressing room says a man can never really love you and be okay with it, I laugh. But here I am, washing myself off for you, and you telling me you can still smell it, you can still feel it, and so the shower was useless, but at least I am trying. A self-fulfilling prophecy. The boyfriend asks me so many times, why am I doing this? The boyfriend asks me so many times if I sucked dick for money. The boyfriend asks me so many times, how rich would a man have to be for you to leave me? He asks so many times that one day I do. The palpable hurting heartache, the ultimate longing, the absolute ache, and oh how I never, and oh how I always. Thank you.
Amazing, Natalie, everybody. Memorize. She had that memorized. I love it because it's like not totally performance. It's so real. We love it. Give it up for Natalie. Amazing, amazing. Follow Natalie Writes Poetry on Instagram. And I can see how that might be awkward if you were with your dad. But we don't care if it's New York, it's great literature. Give it up for Natalie. Booyah! Alright, so we have Joan Flaherty. You are in the whole Pieros. You were on deck. This is an Easy Paradise debut. We are very excited about this next performer. Can we give them a big, warm welcome here at Easy Paradise? Can we give it up for Katie Evans, everybody? Give it up for Katie Evans.
Hi. Here's a spoken word. It's untitled. Thank you for the roses. Shocked me. Ice spice. I'm your best friend. That's hot. Shocked me. Shocked me. Thank you for the roses. Ice is so yummy. Shocked me. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses.
Woo!
That's hot. Ice spicy. NYPD alert! Thank you for the roses. Stop. You're going to make me a TikTok star. Stop! You're going to make me a TikTok star. Stop! You're going to make me a TikTok star. Stop! You're going to make me a TikTok star. Meow meow. Hello Kitty. We're roses. Make it rain, make it rain, make it rain. It's corn, space cowboy, dinosaur, elephant, roses. Good game, yeehaw. Thank you for the glizzy. I love you, thank you, chef. Here's a hug. That's it.
Fantastic. Amazing. Wow. Wow, give it up for Katie Evans. Was that phenomenal? That was phenomenal. I loved it. What is a glizzy? Oh my God, it's hot dog night. Here, it's a recurring theme. Give it up for Katie Evans. Phenomenal. We loved it. Definitely come back. That was amazing. Phenomenal, phenomenal. They cut up the collage, the performance, going for it, breaking the energy open. We love it. Give it up one more time for Katie Evans. So we have Victoria Evans in the hole. I don't know what's going on. Is our family here? Is family night? Maybe they're unrelated. We don't know. Joan Flaherty, you are on deck. Joan Flaherty, can we get Pieros? Free paintings, friend. Give it up for Pieros. Gonna do some music for us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys feeling? Yeah. So I'm gonna play a couple tracks from my latest album called Exile in Brooklyn. This first one is called Welcome. Yeah. How y'all doing? Chilling? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, hello, welcome to my flow. As I open up the door and I kick it on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa, representing the borough. It's Brooklyn. Haven't you heard? We spit nothing but the word. Stop the clock as I knock, ready to rock and shock like a Bitcoin stock. Money is up, money is down, so don't drown, searching for the crown in the town. There's nothing but a playground. Let's play this game on any given day, on a one-way in the back alleyway, on motherfucking doomsday. Cause ain't no way they will let us all stay on the godstones in Marseille. Then most of us must be prey. So fuck it, while we're here on this rock, we must stop the chop and kick it on the rooftop with the raindrops. Our days are numbered, haven't you heard? We must all pass as they smoke our ass like grass. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, watching over us, Anunnaki, because our DNA was formed like clay, just like the Bible say. Okay, or while we're here, just crack open the beer and lend me your ear. Yeah, or while we're here, just crack open the beer and lend me your ear. Yeah, or while we're here, just crack open the beer and lend me your ear. Whoa, let's go. Hey. A time is infinite, it doesn't exist, which is it up for you to decide? Cause only inside of your eye, the truth resides. High or all good. I used to roll the backwood, a puff on the good, but time caught up as I filled my cup. So what's up to my peoples in the back, in the trap, drawing nectar from the tap? I'm here for a minute, gone in an instant, cause we're just shadows and dust in the cut. Saying what's what, while we try to bust the nut. What, bitch? Yeah. Thank you very much. So I got one more track for you guys. It's called Hell. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. I just got a little something to tell y'all. So give me a couple minutes and let me finish. Hey. It's time, peep the rhyme. Time to shine, recognize the real, cause we will steal our freedom back with a full-blown attack. Gonna take down the top, and shit's gon' pop. Realize that these real lies will take it down from the inside. Time for you to decide which side you fight for. Revolutionary encore. We were born with a genius mind, but the propaganda brainwash has left us blind. Always on the grind, while our spiritual has declined. But we shall seek and find what it is we need to succeed in this world to breathe. Born free, but put in a cage. Our mind has been forced to rage while they count this money and unwind. It's our time to shine. It's a sign of the times. We must relinquish the bloodlines that think they're divine and combine our designs on the front lines. Yeah. Feel me. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, let's go. Hey, fuck what you heard, it's what you hearing. Coming through with a lyrical spear and lyrical swords. Straight out the psycho ward, ready for the spiritual war and the revolutionary encore. With a pound of the freshest knowledge. Didn't finish college, but I pledge that I'll leave them dead on the floor, begging for more, like a dirty rotten whore for sure. I said fuck what you heard, it's what you're hearing. This what you're fearing in the depths of your soul, in your spirit. No chaser, Mother Nature, you can't face her. She got a plan, it's written in our hands. We must stand up, stop giving a fuck about what they say we must do, when we know damn well that these secrets and spells just shedding full of shells, sending us all straight to hell. Woo! Thank you guys. Name's Pieros. That's P-I-E-R-O-S. And you can find me anywhere you listen to music. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you.
Give it up for Pieros, everybody! Yeah, sounded great. Great, we love the backing tracks. That was an open mic debut. Give it up one more time for Pieros. So we have a 2-drink minimum, 5-minute time limit per performer. I'm tagging people in the Instagram stories. You can check out Pieros. Go to his social media to check out his content and all the radios we here have tonight. So we have Bugs and Angel Lugo. You are in the hole. We have Victoria Evans in the deck. Can we get Joan Flaherty? Joan Flaherty, come on down to October.
Yeah! Come on, Joan.
Firstly, if anyone finds a jewel, for real though, if anyone finds a jewel, then no, for real, if anyone finds a jewel, you'll know it's it because it has a leaky tobacco pod. Its numbers is like FH something something. Please let me know, or if anyone wants to donate a cig. I mean, that's low, but whatever. So there's this thing in psychology, yeah, I watched a fucking video essay last night, called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is basically that people in a low perform. So you're coming up. Something more interesting back there, though. It's fine, I can wait. Substitute teachers be like, am I right? Yeah, so the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's basically low performing percentile more likely to overcompensate and act like they're an expert in any given thing than like actual experts. And the most common example of this is like young drivers talking mad game about their driving, getting into more crashes. But I think about it when I see like male comics talk about eating pussy. Because honestly, most guys navigate eating puss the same way that a blind man navigates the New York City sidewalk. You know, they're using their tongue as if it's the tapping stick, and they're just poking around, getting a feel out, you know, really gauging on sound, and they'll never actually look to see what's there. Okay, only some people like that. If you don't, my thing is, I'll call you out if you don't think I'm funny, because I think my taste is better than yours. I don't for real though. It'll break my heart and soul if people believe that for real. Did any of you guys have a, as a kid, did any of you guys think about what your Make-A-Wish wish would be? Like in case you were to, I don't know, suddenly contract a terminal illness and you just don't have much time to decide then, right? I've been getting a big consensus that the answer is no. And honestly, I was so fucking jealous of those Make-A-Wish kids, but I was really only jealous of the wish. I wasn't really jealous about anything else, and may God bless their souls. I do think that Make-A-Wish is it's a charity that I think does do amazing things, and I'm glad it exists in the universe, but also how many kids do you think die before they get their wish? And I'm just being realistic here. I'm just guessing that it takes a minute to book Robert Downey Jr. to go show up at St. Jude's for the day and dress as Iron Man. And honestly, not to be that guy, but if the kid's gonna die believing in Santa Claus, then just put fucking whoever in the Iron Man suit. Have them die believing in Robert Downey Jr. too. I think that the rest of the family should be willed the wish if it's applicable in that situation. I mean, yeah, they're mourning their child, but that doesn't mean that Disneyland's not the happiest place on earth. I don't know, I think if I had a kid and my kid were to then die, getting VIP treatment at Disneyland that they only give a dying kid would maybe make me feel a little bit better, but that's just me. Did anyone that any of you guys know study abroad at Disney World /land? This is also known as the Disney College Program, which is this really backward system where people pay to work an hourly job at Disney World. And if you didn't know, that's not how jobs work in real life. I really think of the Disney College Program as people who want to drop out but have commitment issues and way too overly supportive liberal parents. And I say that as someone left-wing, but I don't know, are you ever glad that your parents were a little like, with you? Okay, different worlds. I knew a girl from NYU who did the Disney College Program, and I hope no one here knows this girl because I'm sure there's not many. And I always wondered why, because you could just go to Times Square if you want to dress up like Mickey Mouse. I have a friend who is a musician, and he just finished touring, and his whole thing for his EP was that he performed in a rat suit, and he leased to owned it at the same place that all the Times Square people get theirs. And hearing that was a really weird way to find out that my friend runs in those circles. But I think something like that's a good investment because, firstly, it's a tax write-off. Secondly, it's a fucking backup plan. You guys don't get. Fine. Fine. I'm gonna take that to the road and think about what to do with that. How much time do I have left?
Like
a minute. 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 Okay. what was something that I've been thinking about? I have so many funny thoughts, you know, especially when I'm high. And I'm just like, oh, if I remember to write this down. Write this fucking down. One of the big influences for my stand-up is this man who I served, because I was a server, in June of 2020. He was drinking alone in the middle of the pandemic. And when I brought him his check, and he gave it back and gave me my 18% tip, he made sure to top it off with a, hey, I think you're a great little girl, and you know what this world needs right now more than ever? And it was June 2020, so like, I don't know, a fucking vaccine, hope was a big one. Toilet paper, except it never fucking was. Did anyone go through a shortage? I'm not even trying to be funny, I'm just fucking curious. And I'm gonna leave it there. Back to your host. I'm Joan Flaherty.
Give it up for Joan Flaherty. I had a friend who was Mary Poppins at Disney World. I had a couple friends that were a part of it. It seemed like a huge, impressive thing coming from Big Ten school. Give it up one more time for Joan Flaherty. The hilarious comedy, the high thoughts, they're always funny. So we have Ashley Escobar is in the hole. We have Anna Koppelman coming up, Danielle coming up, Ashley Adler is coming up, Britney Ledesma, Evan Kincade, Anna Lulushi, Ben Callahan, Lynn Konzelman, Chloe Dawg, Fimiano, Ian Levy, and more. And Clare is in there. Claire's on the list. All right, duly noted. I heard it, noted. That's going into the algorithm. That's part of the algorithm. If people are feeling miserable, the algorithm sympathizes. All right, so we have Bugs and Angel Lugo. You were on deck. Victoria Evans, are you out there? Let's get Victoria Evans up. Victoria, are you out there? Do you exist? Are you real? Prank call. All right, let's get Angel Lugo and Bugs up. These guys just are going to destroy the place because they're amazing musicians. They're great. We love having them. Give it up for Angel Lugo and Bugs.
Good evening, guys. Welcome to KGB again. This is my second time performing here at Easy Paradise. Fortunately, I'm waiting on another friend so me and Angel Lugo can perform this song. But I'm going to do my first raw performance for you guys. Shoot, if I slip, it's okay. But I still have some. What? The green garlic? All right, so you want to go? All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got another microphone?
Yeah, you can just take that one off Not this?
Well, I did at first.
Oh, yeah, go for it. It works. Try now.
I got like 30 seconds of the song. Alright, cool. Mic check 1, 2. How we doing tonight, people? I got the long hair out. I usually tie her up, but you know, it's been crazy. I got one funny thing to say before we get started. If you didn't notice, there was a flood outside like 3 days ago. Everybody was there, right? You saw it? So listen to this shit. I'm a landlord. So that shit happens, goes into my basement, my circuit box, it's short, so there's no hot water next door with my tenants. I get a call from the city. Hello? Yeah, you have a violation. Someone reported you that you didn't put the hot water. So I go next door and I'm like, hey, who put in a violation for the hot water? And everybody's like, oh no, it wasn't me. I didn't do it, not at all, it wasn't me. No. Go down there and I get an estimate today. How much is it gonna cost me to fix it? $2 grand.
Whoa.
Yeah, word. So they went and reported me, now I gotta like drop fucking $2 grand out of nowhere. Anyways, I'm gonna give you guys that life-changing shit. You guys know Bugs. He is the illest.
Yeah.
You wanna give me some Bugs?
Coming out? Hell yeah.
The senses of the special like the fourth calculation. Position you the second half is never cover phrases. First they question all existence, then they question all resistance. I wish to start a business, maybe even start forgiveness, but that's a different tale from a different time, a different life. Send the box smells, so you do the crime, you do the time. Humanize and brutalize until it's talking neutralized. You should try to utilize your brain and it's right for change. Write your name and light the game on fire, you'll reflect the place. Love power, discipline, just call me Joey Callow. All the feds wanna listen and then hang me from the gallows. From Brooklyn to Binghamton, I'm not your average citizen. Took a plenty and it's sentence, Cali out to Michigan. People tell me know my limits, but I'm living limitless. I don't even waste a minute, I am always vigilant. Condescension to my spirit, fuck you till I was hypocrite.
Took me a minute to get something good from the crate. Pour it with the native, put it food on our plate. In a world full of hate, I don't participate. Many distractions over my ear, but still I concentrate. Got too much at stake, always working, never taking breaks. Word to LEO, we have the world under control. Yo, fuck that tone, cause you know they get it back. Cause the government was never faithful, dealing with crack cocaine. While niggas on a different plane, kicking propane. I don't find a loophole soon, I might go insane. But still at work, I have to deal with slack. I have a million things to pack, I almost caught a couple paragraphs. If trouble find me, I cover tracks. Watch your trap can before you get destroyed in your loud packs. I think I finally gathered all the facts. Silver blacks, the whole civilization will soon be under shacks.
Woo! That's the hero. Music for a while.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who loves Spider-Man up in here, man? I sampled Green Goblin for the beat for this one. I just want to let you guys know, if there are any aspiring artists in this room and you're making music, I'm making a mixtape strictly with features. Anybody who wants to work, come talk to me. You can find me on Instagram. More Life, talk to Bugs, same thing. You already know.
Boogie Down Bugs, EST 91. I will go over it.
We'll go. Give it back to Matt. He's in paradise. He's the illest.
Already. You know.
Give it up for Bugs and Angel Lugo. Their tribute to My Dinner with Andre. It's fantastic. That is the illest landlord in New York. That is the dopest landlord. Give it up for Angel Lugo in the Garnett jersey. All right, so we're calling it on. We have Ashley is on deck. Ashley is on deck. Danielle, you are in the hole. Ashley Adler is coming up. If you're out there, the fantastic Ashley Adler. Looking forward to that. Could we possibly get Anna Koppelman? Anna Koppelman, are you in the house? Are you ready to go? No. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna have to call an audible on that. Can we get? Is it possible we can get Danielle up? All right. You know what? Can we get free paintings? Let's get free paintings up. Somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, just get up here and get it done. It's October, for crying out loud. You can watch all the open mics on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. Every open mic we've ever done. It was our 1-year anniversary last week. That's right. Thank you. All right. Give it up for free paintings. We haven't had free paintings in a while. He's one of our outlaw originals here, and he's keeping the culture alive. It's the DIY spirit. It's the zine aesthetic, and it's alive here at Easy Paradise. Everybody here on Monday night in the Crane Gallery Bar. Thank you for spending it with us. Hopefully you're getting wasted. I know I am. Woo! What's up, KGB Bar? This is Free Paintings, American band. Now we actually have a full band. Well, we have a drummer. We are currently seeking a bassist and a guitarist. If you like what you hear today, please contact me at free.paintings on Instagram. Thank you, KGB Bar. Thank you, Matt Proctor. It's beautiful to see you again. Good to see you, Ashley. Good to see you, Natalie. Good to see a lot of you guys that I remember from this summer. We're called Free Paintings.
I smell a rat. There's a noise singing at it again. Think I smell a rat. Are you ready for it? Here it comes. But I think I'm gonna live for just one more night. As I think about the way that I used to hold you when you would cry. Before we realized we weren't right for each other. Now I don't even love you like a brother. I felt so disrespected by the way you say my name. To you it's always a game. At first it wasn't the life. We'd take drugs and we would both stay up all night. Told I would that you would inflicted in my ribcage. Began to burn. think I'm gonna live for just one more night. As I think about the way that I used to hold you when you would cry. Before we realized we weren't right. That one's called "In Tons We Speak of Reverie." It's by my band Free Paintings. Please check us out on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. Thank you, Matt Proctor. I love you. KGB Bar, I love you as well. This is where we get started in New York. All of us are getting started. Where are we going? Let's find out. God bless you guys. Happy Monday. Give it up for Free Paintings. He's an angel. He's absolutely a cherub, delivering this heavenly music upon us. Free Paintings for everyone of the mind, of the ear. We love it, we love it. This is where we get started and where we commit to the path every Monday night. Okay, so we have Danielle on deck. Danielle is on deck. If Venus is out there, you are in the whole Venus. We have Liz Konzelman coming up, Britney, Ledesma, Evan Kincade, and more. This next artist, we just got back from Yale, actually. We were at Yale, the Ivy League college, blowing the lid on the Skull and Bones with our radical poetry. And she has a Substack. You want to make sure you subscribe to this next writer's Substack, because that's what all the writers are doing today in the jobscape that doesn't exist, being exploited by our tech gods who own us, and they own New York. And so subscribe to Ashley's Substack, everybody. Can we give it up for the one, the only, the greatest, the amazing Ashley Escobar. She joined us. She played Wally in My Dinner with Andre. Give it up for Ashley Escobar. Come on. What is it called? Quinoa Cowboys on Substack. Everybody, enter it right now and subscribe.
Hi. So since it's October, I wanted to read something autumnal, and this is a Substack essay that I wrote called After the Apostle. It's named after the Belle and Sebastian song. And there's a lyric that says, it's senior year, so it gives me a little free time. It's based on that.
What's your name? Alex.
And it's also after coming back from one of the Easy Paradise open mics. I started senior year again for the third time. Each time has its false starts or premature ends, but this time I'm in no rush. It's raining again, and this Monday feels like high school more than anything. Those sleepy afternoons when I'm forced to be in transit, when I'd rather lie in bed and listen to music. I'd always sit at the back of the 44, taking it 45 minutes each way every day, drifting through the fog. Today marks exactly a year since April, and I stepped through a portal crossing Amsterdam, and I lost my copy of Giovanni's Room and my Brandy Melville shopping bag. But I knew I had to get myself to KGB the following Tuesday, and I did. April and I returned to KGB a month later, and I didn't think I'd meet someone as special as Matt. A lot has changed since that rainy day in April, when we skipped a poet's bachelor party at the Chelsea for apple vodka on my twin platform bed. I'm coming back from another Monday night in our mumblecore film. I've become an early bird. I thought I opened my heart this time, but I guess I sort of missed when it was just a bit and everyone laughed. I put on a playlist I made when I was 16 called February, that's over 4 hours long. I listen to it all the time on the 44. The Summer by Coconut Records comes on, and I just feel the naivete rush in. I keep trying to recreate memories to no avail. Tartine last week didn't live up to the decadent steak sandwich I had with Matt in the rain on my birthday. It was just chilly. The pho I ate alone in my room after school wasn't as appetizing as the first time I had it with Lulu on Clement Street near Green Apple Books, or when Jules and I had some before driving out to the ocean. It did, however, warm me up, but not nearly as much as when I embraced Matt before Easy Paradise. I'm letting the good moments sneak up on me again. I'll let autumn take full control. Someone tonight joked about working at a dog cafe, and I reminisced trying to zoom into class in Boris and Horton in my pink wig. I was Charlotte from Lost in Translation when she sings Brass in Pocket at karaoke. Matt was himself. It's fitting that we spent all Sunday in the Sofia Coppola book signing line, and I felt closer to him than ever. At least Rosemary's was a pleasant evening, even though we didn't get to meet her. We watched the headlights reflect on the wet pavement from their roof garden. Jason Schwartzman sings into my ear, waiting for things to come through. I don't know lately, how about you? Wake me up when you get home, crawl in bed with your telephone. All I am is change, but these tender moments reach all parts of me that are well preserved. I already feel the slumber I'll fall into when I get home. The sweet thought of knowing I'll see those I love after another 5 hours of school lingers on. We'll be hearing poetry in a backyard soon enough. I'll get to watch Matt's new vlog. I can't wait to wait by his side. I smile at the poem Matt reads with the line combining our screenplays. We're making our life an art, whether it be through love, Weezer, film, plays, poetry. I'm holding on to what we share. I lean my shoulder on the handrails. The boy across from me leans his head on his backpack. He has that same disaffected look I haven't seen in a while, sleepiness mixed with ennui. We exchange glances. He reminds me of the kids I rode the 44 with, whom I never spoke to but shared a silent recognition with. The kind that slips away like a secret you once heard in a dream but can never recall. I vaguely remember the taste. The train stops at 72nd. The conductor announces it's going straight to 145th. We both get off and wait for the next C. We sigh, it comes. I follow him out of the Cathedral Parkway station. He turns around for a second. We lock eyes. We walk into our separate lives. I know who I have waiting for me in mine. Thank you. Woo!
Give it up for Ashley Escobar. Just back from Yale, you know, we're touring the Ivy Leagues. We got a Columbia Day coming up. We are booking exclusively Ivy League gigs. If anybody wants to book us, Brown or whatever, I don't even know what they are. I'm so dumb I don't even know what the Ivy League schools are.
Wait, is October 14th?
October 14th will be at Columbia, so, you know, boola boola, everybody. We expose the Skull and Bones. Have you seen it? It's real, okay? They run everything. But I've said too much, perhaps. Okay, so we have Liz Konzelman. You are in the hole. We have Clare Lichtenstein coming up. We have Nana Laura coming up. We have Anna Lulushi, Ben Callahan, Mo David, Britney, Ledesma, Chloe Dawg, Fimiano, Claire Donaher, Mo Patel, and more. Venus, you are on deck if you're out there. Venus. Can we get Danielle and, I forget the other person's name. Yahem.
I'll say it.
All right, give it up for Danielle, everybody. I hope it might give you.
Yeah, on Instagram it's Danielle and Yaher. Danielle spelled like French, D-A-N-I-E-L-L-E, and Yaher, Y-A-H-E-L, like hell. Yeah, and hell. Okay. So this is my first time in New York doing comedy. So everyone talks about their mother, right, as being crazy. So my mom has her way of doing things, right? We actually immigrated to New York. She's from Egypt, and so I grew up like when there was show and tell. Everyone would bring something like a picture. My mom decided to teach everyone to do belly dancing. So now I think that's cool, but at that time I wanted to die. Yeah, so, okay. She taught all kinds of things like belly dancing. She also has all these like stories about how if women go to the wrong place, which is every dark place, they can get raped. So then after a while, like, you get scared, right? So I'm like, Mom, I'm not hitchhiking. So she says, no, you have to hitchhike. I'm not gonna pick you up. So I tell her, Mom, but I could get raped. She's like, that never happens. Yeah, mothers. So she's also French because when the Jews from Egypt got kicked out, not the first time, the second time, In '56, they moved to France. The French have an interesting idea of humor. So they'll just see a girl who's like a little heavy, they'll be like, she's fat, ha 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 ha. That's my family, right? So they just, there's nothing, politically correct I don't think exists there. So don't feel bad when French people are mean to you, it's not you, that's cultural, yeah. Okay, so my mother, right, she immigrated to all kinds of places, so she doesn't really believe in love also, she's into surviving. So she's always like, why are you looking for love and happiness? It's just an idea, like have babies, doesn't matter who. Yeah, but she also has, so I bring her home this like hippie guy, she's like, he's too poor. And after that I bring her a programmer, she's like, he's only money, you know? But I tell her, Mom, don't you want me to make babies? So, you know, mother is never happy. My dad, he's from Brooklyn, and he's like, you know those guys on the bus and they're kind of sitting like this and they're really loud and they open like a tuna sandwich. That's my dad. Yeah, I love my dad. Yeah, so he really loves falling in love. He's been married 4 times. Now he moved to Virginia and he has this wife, Mary Ellen. I mean, he had a wife, Mary Ellen, but she dropped dead in the bathroom. And everyone thought he killed her, but the autopsy showed that she was an alcoholic, and he didn't even notice. So, I don't know, like how you can love someone so much and be so not knowing the person. So it's like a nice idea. Like, okay, so, I mean, I wish I could be like my dad, right? Like, just fall in love, doesn't matter, right? He found her at the salad bar. She's great. So he falls in love all over the place. I feel like guys fall into routine with me. It's not like, they're not falling in love with me. They get used to me, like, slowly. They're like, I don't love you, I'm like, whatever. And then they just get used to me after a while, and they fall into routine, and I don't know, maybe I'll give my mom babies one day. Do I have time? What time?
You have 45 seconds.
45 seconds, so I'll do one verse from a song.
His mama, she called me a witch. His mama, she called me a witch. His mama, she called me a witch. Heard me singing a tune that goes like this. She says, stay away from my boy. She says, stay away from my boy. His mama, she's looking for him. Saw him dancing to a tune as round as the moon.
Woo! Yeah!
So thank you again. I'm Danielle and Yahel. Nice seeing you guys.
Now that is entertainment. We love it. We love gimmicks. We love any kind of robot dogs you want to bring to the open. It's show and tell. If you just want to do show and tell, that's fine. Bring your toy. If you have any kind of, give it up for Danielle and Yahel. Moving to New York City. Come on, we're exposing people to the big capital. All right, so we have Liz Konzelman on deck, Clare Lichtenstein in the hole. Mayna Laura Ben Callahan, you're coming up. We have Sam on the guitar coming up as well. Can we get Is Venus here? Venus. Oh, okay. We really want Venus. Maybe next time. How about Liz Konzelman? Give it up for Liz Konzelman, everybody. Making it easy guys every week.
Hey guys, how you doing? Woo! Okay. So I'm getting ghosted, I think. Oh. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So just to avoid any sort of embarrassment, I got really drunk the other night and I texted him to ask. So at 5:30 in the morning, I said, "Are you ghosting me?" And he said, "No." Super convincing. No, and then he actually apologized. He said, "No, I'm sorry. I'm not ghosting you. I actually was just in the hospital. I had a seizure, and I'm trying to figure out my health." And I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize that they don't have phones at the hospital." Like you couldn't have sent me a text between MRIs. It's a wonder that he's not calling me. I think my problem with dating is just that like I need to lower my expectations, which is wild because they're so low. But like I just expect so much. Like there was this guy and he said, "Yeah, I really want to take you out." And I'm so delusional that I believed him. Yeah. That's okay. Anyways, I was talking to this guy who was full of empty promises, and I always believed him, because especially when we were in bed together, he had a lot of crazy things to say. He would look me right in the eyes and be like, "I want to fuck you every single day." And I was like, that's weird, because I haven't heard from you in 2 weeks. It happens. Yeah, I don't know. Dirty talk is a lie. That's what I've learned, especially dating in New York City. My favorite line that guys like to say is, "I really want to make you come." No, you don't. After the performance you just gave, I'm pretty sure you've never seen a vagina. And if you have, you definitely haven't made it come. Because guys are weird. They always do this like DJ thing, you know what I mean? Like they're spinning a record, and if they're not doing that, it's like they're trying to open like a really complicated safe. And it never works. There's always way too much pressure applied. It doesn't feel good, and it's always kind of like on the upper thigh, you know what I mean? Anyways. Yeah, I'm also just like super immature when it comes to guys. You know, I think like every date is gonna be like a fairy tale. And I know that sounds crazy, but honestly, it depends on the fairy tale that you're comparing it to, because there are some shocking similarities. Like, hear me out. Sleeping Beauty, for those of you who aren't familiar with the story, a pretty young lady falls unconscious, and then the only way that she can be awakened is by true love's kiss. So basically she comes to, and the prince is kissing her. Yeah, so in other words, she falls unconscious on the couch, and then a guy kisses her, she wakes up. That's not a fairy tale. I mean, in my experience, that's just a frat party. Except my Prince Charming was just Chad from Delta Chi. And he didn't expect me to wake up. The honest. Laugh, it's funny. Yeah, so speaking of fairy tales, I want to meet the guy who, like the big exec at Disney that watched Beauty and the Beast, an animated classic that's basically about a girl falling in love with essentially a wealthy Bigfoot. Yeah. I want to meet that guy who was like, I need that in live action. Like, I don't know who this guy is, but someone should be like checking his search history. Like something weird's going on there, you know? Imagine if we did find the guy though, and we found out that in his free time, he was just like posted up at an animal shelter, like volunteering, you know what I mean? That'd be wild. But yeah, I'm back in therapy as of recently. It's probably a good thing. Yeah. It's much needed. It's been a while, but I feel like my therapist gets always like super thrown off by me because I treat every session like it's a performance. You know, like I go in and it's kind of like I'm doing stand-up because I give her all my material and no one laughs. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's been a while though. You know, she listens to everything I have to say, but she doesn't really give much feedback. She kind of just like sits there the whole time and like takes notes. And I'm like, is this bitch like stealing my jokes? So, yeah, I'm a recent college graduate. You know, it's been 2 years, but that's like what I'm saying on job interviews. Yeah, and that's not worth the applause because I went to art school. So now I'm, you know, on my way to being fully unemployed. I don't want to jinx it, but in 10 years, like I still might not have health insurance. That was it. Thank you, guys.
Give it up for the comedy stylings of Liz Konzelman, everybody. We loved it. We were graced with Liz Konzelman. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Here in Lichtenstein, it keeps rolling along. Okay, so we have Maine, Laura, you were on deck if you're out there. We have Britney, Ledesma in the hole. Super excited to have Britney, Ledesma. We have Sam coming up after that. We have Anna, Lulushi, Ben Callahan, Bo David, and more. Could we get the... Okay, so this next comedian runs a hell of a show. I'm encouraging everyone to pay the $22. It's absolutely worth it. I was stunned. This show was amazing. At Hellphone, it was knockouts. We had this hot magician that stole everybody's hearts and mesmerized us, and it was just hilarious, and I was very honored to be a part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, go see the show, Good Potential Productions. Give it up for the hilarious Clare Lichtenstein. Clare Lichtenstein!
What nice words. I don't know how to respond.
You're coming up.
I'm bad at taking compliments. How are we doing tonight, people? Feeling good? Good. I'm in a small mood today. I took an Uber today because I'm rich like that. Does anyone else like Ubers here? I think it's weird. I had a deaf or a hard of hearing Uber driver today. Do you guys know, you get this alert? Are you familiar with this? Alert, deaf or hard of hearing. Your Uber driver is deaf or hard of hearing. And I think it's weird because what am I going to do? Cancel? You know what I mean? It's very ableist. But at the same time, what would be a helpful alert? You know? Like alert, your Uber driver is hot and in your age range. Like I would change. You know what I mean? Or like alert, your Uber driver is an immigrant named Mohammed who may or may not have archaic views about women. I would also change. Oh, your Uber driver has a startup he wants you to invest in. Oh no, I'm deaf now. Yeah. All right, let's try some new stuff, huh? Yeah, we want to go for it. Okay. Is anyone familiar with the 1906 San Francisco earthquake? Round of applause. Okay, cool. Because I crush that hard. That's how hard I crush on romantic interests. It's seismic. It's destructive in nature. But it's been problematic lately for me because I've been friend-zoned quite a bit. And it gets me thinking, like, do you think I'm like one of the boys? Like, that's why they just think I'm so cool. But if you take some time and really think about it, it's because you're actually like that weird friend that they had from childhood, you know what I mean? Who loved theater, that their mom made them invite to the birthday parties. Like Timmy really doesn't have any friends, like he loves his hamster so much, like can he come? That's the type of friend zone, like it's an acquaintance zone kind of thing. You know, and it was very evident to me this weekend. I was hanging out with a guy that I've made out with before, okay? And he turned to me, we were talking about some other guy, and he turned to me and he said, if you were a woman, would you be attracted to him? I am a woman, sir. We've made out before. Like, I don't know, it got me thinking like maybe flirting isn't the problem. Like, I just look like a guy or something, I don't know. No, that doesn't really work. Okay, I have been wondering about my own self-worth because I just started business school. Has anyone have friends who go to business school? Yeah. Business school is like, I don't know, they wanted a redo in college because they weren't cool. That's why you go to business school. You know what I mean? It's one of those. And all these people are running around and they're like, finance, suits, I have a corporate presentation today. And I'm like, I want to study entertainment business. Mommy, let me be a star. You know what I mean? That's like the energy that I'm serving. And it makes you insecure because you really can't compete with that. But it did get me thinking, like, what is something that could bring them down a peg? And it's picturing them at their first high school basement party. Because what's more vulnerable than that? Like having your first Mike's Hard Lemonade? Like, how vulnerable was that experience? I felt like it was a shared experience that we all just kind of like don't talk about. Because you remember you turn to your friend and you're like, I'm kind of feeling this. Are we drunk? And then you take like the mirror selfie and you're like, and then the next day you have a hangover. Like, I don't know, it just brings them down a peg. In the same way, like my friend does surgery, she's a doctor. Like I've seen her, we gave her what was known as a hickey necklace. Nickname, because she was at a party and she got a hickey necklace from some guy, and now she does surgery. Like, that's how I feel like I can handle the business banker people. All right, there's not really a tag there. I just got booked for an under 20s female in comedy show. Woo! I'm 29 years old. I had to tell them they shouldn't book me. I actually gave them a referral for someone else. And it's gotten me, I don't know, I've been anxious about aging. I went to the dermatologist because I was having an eczema-related breakout. Eczema gang, rise up. And it was awkward because I had just had this show thing happen, and I go to the doctor and I'm like, hey, you can see I'm breaking out head to toe in a red rash. Do you have a steroid cream? And he's like, what about Botox? I know. And so I paid $1,000 for Botox. Can anyone relate to that? Just putting toxins in your body to avoid the inevitable? Like I look like a bat mitzvah keeps getting postponed, but I have the existential dread of an 82-year-old widow. Like, it doesn't make sense. Can someone make sense of it? Oh, God. I was having sex with this guy recently. Pretty cool. But he does this thing that I really don't like because we're not exclusive. As I'm coming, he says, just for me? Right? That's weird. Right? Because do you think I'm like some, I don't know, deflowering? Is this a deflowering experience? Like no one is as good at sex as me and a virgin. Do you know what I mean? Like I sucked your dick like a pro. This is not just for you. She's been around the block, huh? You know? I don't know. Anyways, raise your hand if you're a man. Okay. Who of this group, keep your hand up, has measured their hard penis before? Yeah. Thank you. If your hand's not up, you're fucking lying. And you know why I know that? Because every man has measured their hard dick, not with a ruler, but with some form of comparison, whether that be an iPhone or a remote. Now raise your hand again if this applies to you. Good. Sit with that. Because here's the thing, I've been asking some people what they use to measure their hard penis for the first time, because it's research, you know, it's for work. And I just realized how young they were, man. It's kind of dark, because they'll be like a Go-Gurt, a cheese stick, the Lego set my grandmother got me for Christmas when I was 7, another man's hard penis. Okay, I'll close on that. Love you guys so much. Really quick before I go, Good Potential Productions, thank you so much, Matt, for the shout out. We have a new location, December 21st. I'm also offering a deal. Please approach me if you're interested in being a ticket promoter. Any tickets you bring in, I will give you half of. because we just got a new venue and it's 120 seats. Caveat, are you guys familiar? Okay. I can't, sorry, I didn't know what that person just said. Love you guys. Please approach me after. Bye.
Hilarious. Give it up for Clare Lichtenstein, everybody, and check out Good Potential Productions. All right, so we have Sam coming up on deck. He's going to be playing some tunes for us. We have Clare Donaher in the hole. Clare Donaher is in the hole, everybody. Get ready. We have Ben Callan coming up. Mo David, Evan Kincade, Chloe Dawg, Fimiano, Maina Laura, Mo Patel, Ashley Adler, and more. This next performer, I believe, started at Easy Paradise. Their first KGB Open Mic Monday was probably exactly a year ago. So this is a 1-year anniversary special birthday. Can we give it up? We're all Ledesbians here. Can we give it up for Britney Ledesma? The hilarious Britney Ledesma.
So, I was visiting town last October with my friend, and we found this mic. We were doing spots around the city, and this was just a fun one that we kept coming back to. I'm not really like into stories. I'm like a woman. I've never finished one in my life. I don't think I've had a chance to. And so that's the end of that. But I was here for the month of October, and I got chlamydia for the first time, which feels like just like a trip to New York, you know? Like a rite of passage in the city. Like I felt like a woman for the first time, you know? I took myself out for ice cream after, just to help with the burn. It was fun. But I got it from a hot guy, you know? Like, that's fine. Like, if I got it from an ugly guy, I would have been like, et tu brute, you know? Like, really, you know? Like, I knew what I was getting into, and he was just made for fucking. But I went home and I called the STD clinic to get tested. I was like, hey, it's me. I want to get tested, and they told me, no, you were actually in here pretty recently, so if we're going to test you, we can only test you for like 2 things. And I was like, what, is my voice not slutty enough for you? Like, do you not think I fuck? You know, like, they're like, I'm so sorry, you sound like you're dead inside. Would that be allowed? That's fine. I feel really bad for men. I think that they have created this this weird like double standard that it's hard for y'all, you know, because like you have to be so strong when all you want is to be a little baby, you know. Like I, as a woman, a grown woman, have pissed my pants, you know. And I can still be hot, you know. Guys will be like, oh, well, she's still got the meat bags. Like, at worst, it's a kink. A guy pisses his pants, at best, it's a kink, you know. Like, if a man pisses his pants, I'm sorry, you're a disgrace. Go journal about it. I'm really gonna get in it tonight. I think it's so funny men are doing therapy now. I think it's great. But I'm just like, really? The thing you were like, oh, you don't talk too much about your feelings, and now y'all are like, well, maybe they had a point.
You signed up today, so you're kind of far down.
Like I'll never get what it's like to be a man and have to wake up and express myself through facial hair. Like some guys, they'll do like the thing around their mouth, they're like, all around this, but not in the inside. It's like, what is a soul patch serving, cunt? It's serving unwanted eye contact, you know? Like it's serving life without parole. It's serving fries in the back of a Wendy's, my dude. I don't know. I feel...
Because, like, the thing is, men, like, double standards do suck to a point. Like, you know, like, a guy can fuck a lot of women, and then a girl fucks and she's a whore, but a guy fucks and he's the man. But it's like, we all know also, statistically, none of those girls are having a good time, you know? Like, when I hear that a guy's been in a long-term relationship, I'm like, oh, that guy fucks. Like, that guy knows how to fuck, you know? But if this guy's just giving out dick, whiskey dick every night, you know, like, he's not, you're not, like, getting better. You're just telling me you're just, like, trying a new, I don't know. We'll get there. I don't know what that is. I've just been talking about little babies and men on stage a lot. I do think facial hair is, like, a cool way to hide, like, the lack of jawline. Y'all have that option? You're like, let's outline my face, bitch. I don't know. I dated this guy. He was a car guy. I think we all know the type. Like, he lived in one. Okay, but he also had erectile dysfunction. And everyone's like, you know, yeah, I'm a hero. Okay, not all of us were capes. A lot of people are like, what did you see in him? I'm like, he had 2 towels. And lived in a car. That's more than most. Most just have the one they were swaddled in and carry it throughout life. Okay, but poor guy, he also had car trouble, so he couldn't come or go.
Ledesma. Learn the name. She just keeps getting better and better and stronger and more powerful. And she's bringing it to Easy Paradise. Check out Britney Ledesma's social media. She's got these amazing posts where she's got like the headphone and the camera whips in and hilarious stuff. Give it up for Britney Ledesma. Exposing men for being big babies that we are. It's true. I mean, look at me. I scream and do this every week on stage, so the biggest baby of all. I think you're right. The men who stay in relationships fuck. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's a great point. That is a keen observation. I just want to point that out. So we have the great Clare Donaher on deck. We have Anna Lulushi, if you are still in the house, you are in the hole. We have Ben Callahan coming up, Mo David, Kincade, Chloe Dawg, Fimiano, and more. Can we get this next act? Is an Easy Paradise debut gonna do some loop station for us? Can we get Sam up? Give it up for Sam, everybody. Yeah, why don't we just plug it into this? Hold on, let me just sorry.
Hey, I'm here. I just want to say I'm here.
What's up? How you doing?
Good. Just like go over there and tell him here. I've been here for a little minute.
Oh, sick. Okay, awesome.
Black out. I just don't know what you say.
No, I got you. I
Let's test it real quick.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, sneak peek here.
Awesome. Hell yeah, that was amazing.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Sam. I'm a poet. We'll not be playing any tunes, contrary to popular belief. But I will be using. Well, anyway, you guys will see. This poem is called Parts. Bones. I look to the eaves of somber meadows, filtered advice. Printed telepathy.
Warm dismemberment. Language came, spinning toothless. Woo! Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try that again because I was not supposed to happen. Let's see if this works again. Wait. Quick second test. Hello. 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 Hello.
Preferably dog if you could.
Bones. 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 I look to the eaves of somber meadows. Bones. Filtered advice. Language came spinning toothless in safe quarters. Bones. Filtered advice. Crescendo. Straying erosions. Rubbed of sacrifice. Threat purred. Filtered advice. Crescendo. Animal, animal, animal. Bones. We ended at the dawn of filtered advice. Crescendo. Animal, animal, animal. The itch, the itch, the itch. Warm filtered advice. Crescendo. Rockets. Animal, animal, animal. Roots, itch, roots, the itch, the itch. We'll leave this morning. Filtered advice. Myself crescendo. Burn of blazes. Animal, animal, animal. Roots, itch, roots, hearts, hearts. Filtered advice. We lost. Crescendo. I alleviated. Animal, beyond the garden of metal. Animal. Roots, itch, roots, hearts, hearts. Screeching, screeching, screeching. Filtered advice. Crescendo. Sorrow flailed and lost. Animal. Roots, root, hearts, hearts. Screeching, screeching, screeching. Bones. We lost. Animal, animal, animal. Roots, root, hearts, hearts. Screeching, screeching, screeching. Bones. We lost. Animal, animal, animal. Roots, root, hearts, hearts. Screeching, screeching, screeching. Bones. We lost. Animal, animal, animal. Roots, root, hearts, hearts. Screeching, screeching, screeching. Bones. We lost. Mechanical, insipid. Animal, animal. Roots, root, hearts, hearts. Screeching, screeching, screeching. Bones. We lost. Animal, animal, animal. Roots, root, hearts, screeching, screeching, screeching. Bones. We lost. Animal, animal, animal. Roots, root, hearts, screeching, screeching, apocalypse. That's it.
Give it up for Sam. What's your last name?
Hecker.
Hecker, everybody. Sam Hecker. Is it supposed to run out before you say apocalypse?
Yeah, it is.
Amazing. Give it up for Sam Hecker. That was phenomenal. We love the loop poetry. Great, fantastic. You play music or do you use
I
it?
also do play music. I'm in a former Strokes cover band, so next show, y'all.
Bam! That is range, everybody. Former Strokes cover band to loop poetry. We love it again for Sam Hecker. It's fantastic. Like the Giorno poetry systems. We loved it. That was phenomenal. All right. Give it up one more time for Sam. That was great. Hey, all right. You're all right. It's Mike Dober, everybody. We got some comedy coming at you. Next week is October 9th. It's John Lennon's birthday. We might do a John Lennon theme. That's right. It's Beatles week next week, so get ready. Mike-tober. QFM. All right, so we have Evan Kincade, you were on deck. Chloe, Dawg, Fimiano, you were in the hole. We have Mo Patel coming up. Karla, Mellett, Ashley, Adler, Maina, Laura, Anna, Lulushi, Ben Callahan, and more. You know what time it is, everybody. It's time to laugh. It's time for premises. And it's time for you to think. Clare, 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 Clare Donaher.
Wait, does this sound good? You guys like this? I do consider myself kind of like the princess of the KGB mic. The people's princess. Not just a regular princess, I'm the people's princess.
You're coming up, you're coming up.
I'm gonna be honest, I got a little bit drunk. I've never done a KGB set drunk before, so you know what, that's on me. Should have eaten dinner,
Where are we right now?
Okay, I was raised Catholic. Anybody else? Okay, heard. I was raised so Catholic, my mom actually used to be a nun. Yeah, process that for a second. I had to. From 19 to 26, my mother was a nun. And you know what? I think she should still have the opportunity to be, because I think she should be able to eat all the crackers she wants, and they shouldn't have kicked her out just for eating the crackers. It's fucked up, right? I'm just kidding. She left because being a nun sucks. Woo! Right? It's like being in a fraternity, but none of the perks. Okay. So my mom's a nun. I'm a little bit like my mom in a way, in that I go for guys that remind me a lot of Jesus. Right? And that I want to kill them in public with nails and a hammer. Am I right? That's what I'm talking about. Just kidding. I love those crazy white boys. All three of them. When your circle's small, but y'all crazy. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I feel like there was more Catholicism stuff I wanted to do. Okay. Okay, it's hard for me to like guys. I love boys, don't get me wrong, but it's hard for me because I feel like I need to have at least 16 conversations with them before I feel sexually attracted to them. So when people growing up would be like, I love the Jonas Brothers, I would let Nick raw me or whatever, I'd be like, whoa, what? When did you meet him? What the fuck, what's his favorite color, babe? If Nick woke up screaming in the middle of the night, how would you comfort him? You don't know? Okay. That's not love, babe. You're bastardizing an entire tenet of the philosophy of how I live my life with lustful banality. I love the little quiet giggles coming from here. I'm like, you guys got it. It's Catholicism. But yeah, don't like that, because I'm like, I need to ask guys 3 questions before I want to hook up with them. Number 1 is, when's the last time you cried, and why? I used to for real ask guys this. It's really kind of poignant, the answers you get. And then I would also ask, like, how do you feel about your best friend? And then also, what do your cock and balls look like? So those are like the really pressing questions you get before like you feel attracted to a guy. Okay, I think that was like the new stuff I wanted to do. Talk amongst yourself, mom, nun, crackers, Jesus. Okay, I've only seriously dated 3 guys. I've dated a lot more like in a goofy, silly way. But I've seriously dated 3 guys. And I can succinctly say that guys can, while dating, they can be separated into 3 categories. Pirate, cowboy, wizard. Are you with me? Okay. If you're a pirate in the crowd, rise up. Clap. Okay. If you're a cowboy. Okay, spatters of cowboys. If you're a wizard. Tons of wizards in the audience. Okay. My favorite. So I do think this is true. If you're a pirate, if you're like, I'll explain it to you because you're like obviously confused if you didn't clap. A pirate is like Shawn Mendes if he was addicted to whippets. I know because I dated Shawn Mendes while he was addicted to whippets. I'm so glad he's healed from that. Thank God, but also like call me back. Let's talk through the breakup. And then a cowboy is just a guy that's like strong, beer, football. Those are his 3 things. You know, he's got those 3 and you're like, yeah, this is hot. A wizard is just like a normal, regular guy. He maybe is a little bit older. I don't usually date wizards, but my last boyfriend was one, and he had a good sense of humor. And he can also freeze things with his mind. Because that's what being a wizard is. Why did I have 2 drinks? That's crazy. It's crazy how little it takes to get me fucked up. It's okay, Matt will fix it in post. Matt will fix all of this in post. Okay, so, which placed a curse on me when I was born? Which is a fun way of saying my mom got me baptized.
I love how you were like performing.
Thought that one would do well, yeah. I was trying to fuck this guy. Sorry. I was trying to make love to this guy, but everybody gets so fucked up when you say that. They all get so weird. They're like, ew, make love. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I want our hands to be intertwined while we giggle through it. I wrote this joke when I was really horny, and I was like, I'm not gonna say it out loud. But then I had another glass of wine, and I was like, I'm gonna say it out loud. But yeah, I did. So when I first moved to New York, the problem about New York is every guy you ever like will have a podcast. Too much content for me to comb through, you know what I mean? Things I shouldn't know. And the thing about a guy with a podcast is like, first of all, it's always got like under 200 views. It's too intimate. It's like you and his mom just like, he's so well spoken. I wish he would lean into the mic more. I don't like it when the hosts are so mean to him. You should be gentler. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then the other thing is like you keep waiting for the part where it's like, okay, when are they gonna ask him to take 5 minutes to describe his ideal woman? That's not what boy podcasts are like. Have you guys ever heard boy podcasts?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always like, would you rather fart every time you smiled? Or shit yourself and kill your mom? Right? That's what I'm saying, babe. Sorry, okay, I shouldn't have had a glass of wine. Lightweight, skinny. Okay, sorry. So I'm still trying to read into it though, you know? So I'm like, okay, if he wants to fart every time he smiles, he wants like an outspoken woman, okay? If he wants to shit himself and kill his mom, I've got to get my nipples pierced like yesterday. Oh my god, why does everybody in New York want me to get my nipples pierced? They're begging me. Okay, I'm sorry this is a mess, Matt. I promise next time I will not have a single drink. I'll just drink seltzer water. I love you. I love this life. This is the best of my life.
Give it up for Clare Donaher, hilarious, so funny, and drink, please drink, it's amazing. Yeah, I thought you really put a lot of oomph into that. Because, give it up for Clare Donaher, cowboy, wizard, and what was the third one, pirate?
Yeah!
That's your book. That is a bestseller. Pirate, wizard, cowboy. Men. It's that simple, folks, and it is true. Give it up one more time for Clare Donaher. All right, so we have Anna Lulushi on deck. We have Chloe Dawg, Fimiano in the hole. We have Mo Patel after that. Karla, Mellett, Ashley, Adler, Maine, Laura, Ben Callahan, and more. This next act is really a special act on the show because I don't actually know if we've had anybody that I go this far back with. We did a play in 2014. This guy's a great actor. He went to Stella Adler Studio, okay? Maybe you've heard of it. Marlon Brando, the list goes on. Burt Reynolds. And we did a play. He was at the Slooge. His theater company was there. He saw it. He lived it. He ate it. He tasted it. Ladies and gentlemen, it means a lot for me to have this next gentleman on the open mic. So let's give him a big round of applause. A warm welcome for Evan Kincade, everybody. Evan Kincade.
Woo. Really? You shouted out Marlon Brando? Thank you. All right. So I got one for you guys, maybe two, depending on how well this goes. Slash time.
Probably. Because you signed
Slash how well you behave.
Sorry about that.
This week I had a really amazing thing happen to me. So my sister gave birth to her first child, her son. My first time being a nephew.
Yeah.
But he's not doing well. He's having a lot of struggles, and for a while there it was pretty scary. And so I did the only thing that I knew what to do is I picked up pen and paper and I wrote some shit down. Woo! Haven't looked at this since whatever 2 o'clock in the morning day that was, so we'll see how this rolls.
Yeah.
Okay. This is called The Gift. Could anything be more beautiful or joyous or life-altering? How is it that this diminutive, rosy, and barely breathing child just made my life different? What a gift this child is. To have been blessed to see the day when all darkening veils and godforsaken thunderheads fall back and reveal the zenith of the sun in all its glory. All the depression proven worth its arduous weight. All the loss proven the lashes endured. All of the misery proven worth the deluge of ash swallowed and gagged. All of the self-hate worth its consummation on a bed of morbid nails. All of it worth it. All of it for this gift. And yet, a cruel reality starts to creep and roar. That this child could possibly be no more. It's all in God's hands, I'm told. All part of His plan. Don't worry, this will make the child a fighter in life. He'll endure. Well, to that I say, fuck your God. Fuck your higher power. And fuck your sense of divinity. Don't tell me God is righteous. Don't tell me God is forgiving. Don't tell me God is loving. If He's going to be a bystander and inflict poison into the lungs of this babe, this beautiful, innocent babe, then I say God is not loving, but debased, malevolent, and foul. And yet, if this deity's avarice must be satiated with blood, with a blood sacrifice tonight, take me. Don't punish the innocent child. Don't punish my beautiful sister before she can be a beautiful mother. Take me. Inflict me. Pass the baton of cessation to me. I've had my time. I've squandered my years. Let me take it. I can take it. I can take the bleeding brain. I can take the lungs that struggle to breathe. I can take the incessant seizures that never stop. I can take the high fevers. I can take the struggle to eat. God, if you are there, and if you answer only one prayer, take me instead and let this be my final gift. Is there time for one more? Yeah. Bringing all the lighthearted stuff today. I got it on my phone. It's always good to keep all of your writing in different devices. It keeps you really organized. Yeah, pretty sure I emailed this to myself to find out. All right, here we go. This last one, this is called Star-Crossed. It's about someone I met a while back, and I was thinking about him, so I wrote some shit down. Here we go. Star-Crossed. It started with a look and twinkle in the eye, then a heart-stopping smile. A tremble, a shake, a joyous fear begins to grow. Unexpected meeting, like two boats meeting at sea, brought together by the whim of the wind. Hello. Nice to meet you. You look great, so do you. The food was great, the wine was excellent, yet irrelevant because the main course was the electricity through eye contact. Telling stories and laughing like they've been doing it forever. They spoke about stars, they spoke about family, they spoke about everything, almost everything. They didn't speak about what was really in their hearts. They didn't speak about each other. The electricity. For fear of naming it would ruin it. White snowflakes began to drift listlessly, so they caught them between each other's lips. Cold snow evaporating on the surface of passion, holding hands with a hand on the back, pressing against each other, hearts beating in sync, bodies moving like waves, everything else stops. She felt like a queen and he was her king. And then the wind changed. It's over now. The anchors pulled up. They don't know what to say, how to express the tumult, how to express the not wanting it to end. Well, it's nice to meet you. Goodbye. She'll never forget the way his arms felt wrapped around her. He'll never forget the moonlight in her eyes. If they had the right charts and compass, they'd follow. Because the wind brought them together and the wind took them apart. So they open their sails and continue to float, each hoping they make it safely to port. Each hoping that when they get there, they'll find the other one waiting. Thank you.
Give it up for Evan Kincade, everybody. That was fantastic. Beautiful, serious. We love serious work. That was great. Give it up one more time for Evan Kincade. It means a lot to have him. Check out his theater work and everything. If you're a director, check out, cast him for something. He's a great actor. Stella Adler, everybody. That was great stuff. Okay, so we have Mo Patel in the hole. We have Chloe Dawg, Fimiano on deck. We have Karla Mellett coming up, Ashley Adler, Maina Laura, Ben Callahan, Nick Kaminsky, James Mora, Victoria Schwa, and more. Can we get the great Anna Lulushi up? Is Anna Lulushi out there? Give it up for the great Anna Lulushi.
Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm going to be reading some poems that I wrote. This first one is called To Cope, and I was going to say something about it, but I can't actually remember writing this poem. I just remember it being there. So, this is To Cope. My body is red in front of the mirror, red dripping out down my cheeks, breasts, hips. Life is never as vibrant as when it is about to fall apart. The breath before we start to sing, the silence before the guns fire, the screech as a car turns onto Craig Street, and I can't stop thinking, what if I hadn't moved? What if I had let the waves carry me out to sea, blood mixing with sea foam, mixing with sand, mixing with regrets which only seem to grow sharper with time, time which is supposed to heal all, to make it hurt less, yet my mind is full of thoughts about Pennsylvania highways that promise to carry me home, guide me around the curves, hovering just close enough to the median to make me feel something, anything. I hate you, but I hate myself more. The bottom of the bottle, last drops winking up at me like stars on Midsummer's Eve. I know what you did, they whisper, hiding a smirk with perfectly manicured nails, filed to a point, pitch black, nails ripped raw from guilt, boredom, rage, 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 that crests at the most inopportune times, and what if I just stopped? Time slows when I think about you. My heart races when I think about firing a gun. Blood rushing to my fingers, egging me on. Do it, do it, do it. Until a twig snaps, someone coughs, the door slams, and I remember that you are hundreds of miles away, and I am here, stuck in a dark bedroom, playing my revenge ad infinitum. In order to forgive myself, there has to be a future conceived of some dream, hope, fantasy that it will not always be this way. And yet I wonder, who am I without you? Without this anger that threatens to carry me down beneath the break, borne back ceaselessly into the past. Thank you. This next one, it's kind of a ghazal, which if you don't know, it's an Arabic form of poetry. and it's pretty specific in how it's constructed, but the way that this poem, I guess, takes inspiration from it is that each couplet ends with the same word. So, yeah, this is blood. My uncles and cousins fight over what to do with the house they were born in, now being choked by ivy and decades of disrepair. The house breathes with them. Blood stains the carpets as my grandmother pushes a generation into the world. My father stands over a coffin, holding a white magnolia, shoulders shaking. I have never seen him cry, eyes bloodshot. My uncle has a shot at freedom. He takes it, swims out into the Adriatic Sea until an Italian boat picks him up at the expense of his family. He prevents his own flesh and blood, my father, from going to college. He works in a quarry, runs around a meadow over and over so he doesn't go crazy, until both his hands and feet are breaking into calluses, wet with blood. They make him stop because they think he wants to escape too. He starts translating books, learning French and English, words of pre-approved men tattooed into his blood. My aunt answers questions whether to do an autopsy for her son, questions whether to let him be finally as he wanted, questions which he did, which he could have done, and blood is thicker than water, is thicker than the distance from Virginia to California, from Virginia back to Albania, and my cousin is estranged, engaged, pregnant, widowed. Blood smears on her daughter's cheek as she is brought into the world 2 months before her father drops dead, heart overworked from sleeping pills combined with the dawn, blood clots in his veins. The family clusters around her, providing support, erasing Vietnam from this newborn, replacing her with all of Albania, ignoring half of her blood. At my great-aunt's trial, she declares, I don't need to be a communist to love my country, and they throw her in jail until she dies, forever labeling my family as bad blood. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell, but my hands were shaking a lot during that second one because it's obviously very personal, so. I hope you didn't notice, but now that I pointed it out, you probably didn't.
Give it up for Anna Lulushi, that was fantastic. We love it. We love all of the sharing and all of the different sides we're understanding life from. We have talking about hooking up and men and women and families, and I mean it's all covered from birth to death. Every aspect of human experience takes place at Easy Paradise. So give it up one more time for Anna Lulushi. Amazing Anna Lulushi. We've got some amazing acts. We're going through till 1 a.m. So we have a 1 a.m. hard out, so we're going to be cutting off at 1 a.m. But we are going to get everybody up, and we have some amazing. It's all killer, no filler. All right. Now we got rid of the jokers. Now we can get down to business. All right. The real talent remains. Okay. So we're going to have some knockouts here. We have Mo Patel. You are in the hole. No, you're on deck. You're up next. Mo Patel is up next. Karla, Mellett, you are in the hole. Ashley Adler's after that. Main Allure, you're out. Ben Callahan, Nick Kaminsky. Can we get the hilarious Chloe Dawg Fimiano? Give it up for Chloe
Wait. LOL. Okay. Can I just say that I do not identify as Chloe Dawg Fimiano? It's just that I changed it on Instagram 2 weeks ago, and it will not let me change it back. Every now and then I get obsessed with early 90s rap, okay? It's usually synced with my period. That's true, okay. I'm being very kooky right now. What's up? What are the vibes? Good? I feel like the collective vibe in this room is like, we don't know what a 401k is. Yeah? We do not have health insurance in this room. I like that. Okay, I'm going to start with a new joke. And if you hate it, I'll go to the bangers. You don't know me, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I made the mistake of dating a 23-year-old, which obviously big age gap. I'm 23 and a half, clearly. Okay. It's just, it doesn't work. And I know it's like the feminist thing to be like, yeah, sis, get it. Yeah, we're like, when Cher was dating like a child, we were all like, yeah. It doesn't work. Their brains are not fully formed. Okay, it's not. Okay, there's a lot of chit chat. But I was hooking up with him, this younger, my boy, as I call him, and I guess I was touching his head a lot, and he was like, "Oh, you must like running your hands through my thick head of hair, because every guy your age is balding." Yeah. I was like, no, it's just that I've learned with babies you need to really cradle the neck. You gotta support. I was a babysitter, you know. Also, he'd often be like, "Who's your daddy?" And I'm like, "Chet, Fimiano." I don't know. He got upset a lot, and I was just like, "You need tummy time. That's no mother, but you need tummy time." Okay, cool. Kind of killing. All right, that's cool. I almost went to school for poetry. Dodge that. We all ended up. I also don't. I'm an administrative assistant. Don't worry. Okay, what's the vibe? We're dating. Have comedians talked about dating yet? But from my perspective, no, got your asses. They have not. I'm dating. Not really. That's just a thing I say. But I used to be in a couple. I was in a relationship for like 5 years. That's a long time, right? Couples are very smug. That's what I've learned. Are you a couple, you two? I can't see shit. Are you guys a couple? No? Open? Exploring? I don't know. Probably both. Couples are very smug though, because like I used to be in a couple and I'd be like, wee, and he was just like fully cheating on me. But I love it because now that I'm single, I feel like my coupled girlfriends will do this thing where they'll be like, wait, let me swipe for you. Let me swipe for you. I just like forget what it's like. Let me swipe for you. I'm like, you've been with Brian for 6 months. You do not forget, okay? But I hate that because it does not work the other way around. You know, I can't be like, yeah, Melissa, play with my hinge. You know, I'm gonna go fuck Brian. Yeah, I'm gonna go spoon Brian. And I don't like that. I don't like that shit. What else do I work on? Are you guys into attachment styles? Yeah, we're in therapy. One of you? Okay, my biggest fan. Yeah, I brought him here, okay? Attachment styles are funny because it's like therapists will always try to preface them with like especially like Instagram therapists. They'll be like, one is not better than the other. And we know there's like anxious and avoidant, right? Someone's gonna be like, what about secure? Haven't met one. Get the fuck out of here. And then they explain them, they're like, yeah, if you're an anxious attachment style, you're pretty clingy. Yeah, it's pretty smothering. And then they'll be like, avoidant. And they'll be like, yeah, pretty fucking cool actually. Kind of the bad boy of attachment theory. Yeah, pretty much the James Dean. Okay, one is better than the other. Okay, sorry, took a little bit of an edible. Is that relatable? Took a little bit of an edible. Okay. What else? Yeah, I am. This is I think was that a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it. I am almost 30 and the vibes are changing because now all my social media, it's all like wedding photos, you know, of like girls I went to high school with posting their wedding photos. I love it. You think I'm negative because of my voice, but I love it. It's like my Candy Crush. It's how I unwind at night because they're all different but the same, you know. It's like photo and then caption, and the caption's always something like, Jake, you are my rock. What a year. There were highs and there were lows. 1 year down. Forever to go. Okay, am I the only one on the other side of that? Just like,
What were the lows? You know? Tell us the lows, girly. Okay, well, this has been interesting. Have a good night.
Give it up for Chloe Fimiano, everybody. All right, so we have Karla Mellett on deck. We have Ashley Adler in the hole. We have a hard out at 1 a.m., so we may have to go into the lightning round in order to get everybody up. We have a lot of names on the list to go. Can we get the hilarious Mo Patel? Give it up for Mo Patel.
Hey, give it up for everybody you've seen tonight! Alright! How are the vibes? I don't do it as cool.
Well, crazy, but we have to be done at 1 a.m.
Alright, Claire was talking about like the 3 types of guys you date. What was it? Wizard?
Pirate, cowboy, wizard.
Pirate, cowboy, wizard.
Yes.
Wizards, good with their hands.
Yeah.
No.
Cowboys, only doggy style.
No.
Pirates like to be paid.
Okay, we have to be done at 1 a.m.
Alright.
So there's a chance it may
Don't
not.
take my
What?
So you know.
Don't take my joke.
It's not.
I didn't say your joke.
I'm teasing you.
I'll fucking fight you, Claire. Alright. Sorry, that's way too aggressive.
Well, that's the 2-drink minimum talk.
Right.
That's the 2-drink minimum talk. This isn't you.
It's really not. Hey everybody, I'm doing jokes. How about that? Alright.
Woo!
Alright, so, you guys know about these red lantern flies, right? The government says we're supposed to kill on sight. Eric Adams actually wants the same policy for migrants. No? I don't know, man. I met 2 insane people this weekend. I met 2 of them. First one, standard insane, just didn't believe in vaccines. The second lady didn't believe in the moon. You know that thing that controls tides and like periods or whatever? Didn't believe in it. But she also had an astrology necklace. I feel like you're only allowed, you're not allowed to hold those 2 beliefs together, you know? Gotta pick one. Princess Diana's pretty cool. Yeah, did you know she fucked a brown guy? Did you say boo?
No.
Princess Diana. Oh, Foudy Fayez. Dodi Fayez. There we go. I don't know his name. She does. I don't know, man. I'm an immigrant. I get it. Boo. I feel like America treats its immigrants like the management at a diner treats drunk people at 4 a.m. Just like, hey, we don't want you here, but it'd be too much work to kick you out, so behave. And the drunk people are like, we're just trying to eat. And the management's like, you're taking up seats from sober customers. And the drunk people are like, look, sober people don't want this food. Honestly, we don't want it either, but we'll take what we can get. And then the management puts their kids in cages. Y'all ever been drunk? They'll take your kids away. I don't know, man. I kinda like fucked up the vibe, I think. Can he fix it? Probably not.
No, you got it.
There's like a lot of people talking, including our host. Sorry. See, now I just have to be the ass. Am I likable at all?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know, man. A couple years back for my birthday, my parents got me this like photo album full of pictures from my childhood. It was really neat because I got to relive some iconic childhood moments, like 8-year-old Muhammad gets his first mustache. And like fresh off the boat Muhammad, confused by snow. But then I came across a picture that threw me off a little bit. It was a photo of this average family all smiling and happy, and sitting right next to them was 5-year-old me bawling my eyes out. And I have no recollection of that, so I asked my mom, and she said, oh, that's the family that found you when we lost you at Six Flags. They were a lot nicer than the family that found you when we lost you at Disney World. So I'm like, Ma, you guys lost me at 2 different music parks without missing a beat. She looks at me and says, at least. I'm starting to think my folks run to lose me permanently. They lost me at this place called Aladdin Water Park in Karachi, Pakistan. A city known for its human trafficking. I was born in Karachi. Anybody been to Pakistan? Anybody been to Karachi? No? Well, you guys should go. It's cool, man. I went for like 6 months last year. One time I was walking around with my aunt, and we saw a dude with one arm shoot heroin into his stump. And my aunt was like, I wonder how he lost his arm. I'm like, I bet I know. That man was chasing the dragon and it turned around and bit him. I don't know, man. It's like I don't know, man. New York's, I'm new to New York. Anybody else a recent transplant? Yeah, man. It's a weird fucking place. They got fucking subway robots now. Have you seen them? There's like little like Wall-E motherfuckers in the subway late at night, and they won't stop crime, but they will videotape it. Right? So like if you're getting jumped by like 5 dudes, they're not gonna stop them. But now there is video evidence of you being a bitch. I don't know, man. There's the floods. Apparently, like Brooklyn got fucking flushed out this a few days ago, right? That's like pretty bad mostly, but I bet a bunch of those motherfuckers in Bushwick could use a shower. No, do you guys like Bushwick? I don't care for it. Is that where you're from, bud?
Yes.
All right. No.
You're right.
No. Bushwick sucks. It's the only place you can be dirty and pretentious. All right.
My family been from Bushwick since the 70s.
I'm talking about the white people there. Is that cool? They're the worst. Okay.
Oh yeah, we dangerous as fuck.
Are you white?
No.
I'm talking about the white people in Bushwick sucking.
I've seen the changes.
Yeah, they're terrible, right?
Yeah, my family Jamaican and Dominican and Haitian and all that.
Non-white.
Non-white. No, I'm Irish.
Hey man, depending on where you're at in the world, Irish also not white, you know? I don't know, man. I love you. I'll tell you who I hate, myself. Come on. I don't know, man. I've been using this cocoa butter body wash, right? And right there on the bottle it says it is for darker skin tones. So I'll tell you, that's probably my favorite type of ethnic cleansing. Woo! You didn't laugh. Do you have a different favorite?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get
You're saying that, but your eyes are screaming the Armenian genocide.
Oh no.
That part is okay. Hey, I got the light, right?
Yeah. You're over.
Hey, man, let's bring Matt Proctor back up here.
Woo! Give it up for Mo Patel, creating a dialogue. We love it. I thought that was important. That was an important discussion that we all could learn from about Bushwick, right? It's fucking gentrified and shit. Give it up for Mo Patel. Okay, so we have Mina Laura, you were in the whole bin calendar after that. Nick Kaminsky, you're after that. Ashley Adler, you're on deck. Can we get Karla Mellett up? Give it up for Karla Mellett. We're gonna do some stuff.
Hey, how we doing, everybody? How we doing?
Woo!
Yeah, it was flooded this week. Fucking crazy, right? Not for me. I didn't go out. Fuck that shit. I had COVID all week. You know what I mean? Anyone else? Hey, how's it going? What was I going to talk? I don't know. We talked about so many things. We talked about romance. I'm very single, and it's. I just like am so not interested in anybody, and I wish I was, but I just can't be because we're all so stinky and so disgusting, and like we are all on the subway and we are all so sweaty and it's disgusting. So I don't know. I just find everybody so repulsive and gross. So I'm trying not to. So if anybody has some tips for me, let me know. I did. So my sister just got married in Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota. And she's like, yeah, he has like a flipper tooth, you know what I mean? And when she saw his flipper tooth for the first time, she's like, I can make a decision right now to just break up with this guy. I'm like, dude, it's a flipper tooth. It's a fake tooth. You know what I'm saying? I invited a man over the other night and I fell asleep. I know it's shitty, okay? But he tried breaking into my house. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And I went out with him again. Like, flipper tooth bitch, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Let's see. Are we working in an office? Do we have anybody who works? Yeah? Okay, are you working in an office? Or are you working from home? Office? You know what I hate? Those bitches who are like, I work in an office, and they're working from home. No, these are two different places. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting fat shamed by my boss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, two different places. They get to masturbate in the comfort of their bedroom. I have to masturbate in the bathroom. You know? It's not. So sad. Yeah, my boss is a gazillion years old. He is the oldest white man who has ever walked the earth. You know what I'm saying? He's like 80. He's as old as Joe Biden. You know what kills me? When they're still asking this, where they're like, Joe Biden, is he too old to be president? Bitch, yes, what? Move on from this question, you know what I'm saying? My boss walked into a glass door the other day. Isn't that crazy? God. I also saw him fight a trash can. That was pretty nuts. My job is so boring. I work for a therapist. It's fascinating, but it is kind of a lot, but it is so boring. My favorite thing to do is shred paper. Yeah, so sometimes I'll talk dirty to the shredder. Just you know, like I'll be shoving it with like a bunch of sticky notes and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you like that? You like that, you little slutty bitch? You like that? You like those stickies? You like those sticky notes? You sticky little slutty little sticky little shredder? You like that? You like that, you little bitch? You like that? Yeah, how about some cardstock? Ooh, yeah, shove a book in it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else? Anybody else do that? Anybody in the back do that? Are you guys a bunch of freaks back there? Nice. I used to be a dominatrix. Not a good one. I made hardly any money because I was not good at it. Do I want to talk about that? Not super, to be honest. I don't know. I'll talk about the same time I was a dominatrix, I was also an after-school pre-K teacher.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I wasn't good at that either. So I got fired from that job. They sent me an email. They're like, Karla, this is the 9th time you haven't showed up to work. And it was like, 9 times? Really? You know what I mean? Where it's kind of like, wow, 9? But, I mean, they were all valid. Like, the first time I was out all night at an orgy doing cocaine. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't teach children today. Yeah, the 8 other times, I can't really remember what happened, but I'm sure they were valid. I don't know, does anybody have kids in here? You don't seem like the kids no? If you have a kid, yell it out. Yell out their name.
Jessica.
Jessica. Oh, that's beautiful. How old is Jessica? 12. 12. Oh my God. A preteen or something, right? Is that what they're called? I aborted all my children. Yeah. I don't know. It's a good time. I like abortion, right? It is a little expensive. I do recommend going on a Black Friday. Yeah. What were we talking about? Children. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. That job was ass. I didn't love it. And also so I'm from Minnesota. I moved here like 2 years ago in September. And I just feel like now I have this energy where I'm just like always ready to fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? So there's this kid who kept calling me cheeseburger. So immediately I'm just like, Santa Claus isn't real, bitch. You know what I mean? Really, this fucking kid. I don't know. There is like, I used to avoid conflict at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Because in Minnesota, they avoid conflicts. Very passive. And I took an Uber, and this guy was like, he was just getting really, really personal and stuff. Anyway, long story short, he was like telling me about how he was bullied in high school, and he was like, school shooters, I get it. And I was like, me too. But like, whatever's gonna get me the fuck out of this car. Alright. This was super fun. I hope you guys had fun. Bye.
Give it up for Karla Mellett, everybody. Very funny stuff. All right, so we're moving into the lightning hour. We have 1 hour to go. We are hard out at 1 a.m. Thank you all for coming out. We have Main Allure on deck, Ben Callahan in the hole. I did want to okay, well, I'll mention that in a second. Can we get Ashley Adler up? Give it up for Ashley Adler. She is a teacher at SUNY Purchase, I believe, and she just, I don't know if she submitted an audition tape to Howard Stern. I don't know if we got Howard Stern.
No. He's confusing me with someone else. There's other stuff I did.
Okay, that was somebody else. I'm thinking of somebody else. I love Howard Stern, so I'm fixated on Howard Stern. So, it's on YouTube. Check it out. Oh, don't hate me. Don't hate me. Give it for Ashley Adler.
Well, it's literally not, Matt. You're confusing me with something. These lights are so bright. You don't know until you get up here. Okay. Okay, so. Oh, Matt, I need to plug my phone in.
Oh, sure.
Because I'm playing. Okay, so. Jeez.
Yeah, I can play it on
Okay, so it's this video. So I'll tell you when to start it and make sure that the volume is on. Yeah. Okay, so right now it's paused. You make sure you play it.
Yeah, just play from the beginning.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying something I've never tried before.
They sit next to her all day.
I'm gonna sing. During COVID, I was married and I am not anymore. Anyway, but while I was during COVID, I made these videos every week of me singing songs with like 5 and 6 part harmonies. This is like how I coped. And I was looking through all the videos lately, and I was like, I was living in a different house. I looked different. Anyway, but I made these videos. This is the way I stayed sane-ish, and I thought it would be cool to try to sing along with one of them, which is weird. But so I would do these videos, and I would play the music and do like 4-part harmonies and do backup vocals with myself, and I recorded them on like iPhone headphones. But anyway, I just wanted to try something because why not? Okay. Yeah. So this is Ashley Adler from 2020 singing in her living room in Burbank, the House of the Rising Sun. Well, play it, Matt. Make sure it plays.
It's playing.
Louder.
It's super quiet. I mean, that's as loud as it gets.
No, there's no way that's as loud as it gets.
Hold on.
You turn the volume up on my phone?
I've got everything all the way up.
Oh God, this is the loudest it goes. Okay, whatever. Can you hear it? Yeah. Okay. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. God, I know I'm one. God, I know I'm one. God, I know I'm one.
of the rising sun. Oh, I got one foot on the platform and on the train, and I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. Well, that ball and there is a house in New Orleans. They call the
Alright, I'll put you down right now. I'll get you up early.
and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy and God, I know.
Doesn't go. I appreciate it. We love it. Thank you, man. Sounds great. I'll sign you up right now. Hell yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Sorry about the song.
That's okay.
No, it sounded great.
It's the perfect volume. It's the perfect volume. Was it? You
That
can
is talent. That is talent, everybody. You see that the equipment goes, oh, it's all shit. You don't need it. You don't need it. It's talent, it's chops, it's the voice, it is the star power. Give it up for Ashley Adler. Fa-fa-fooey, fa-fa-fooey. Well, I don't know. Okay, maybe not. Gen X, what can I say? Okay, so we have Mike Tober continues. Ben Callahan, the great Ben Callahan, is on deck. Nick Kamenski is in the hole. We have Ian Levy on the list, James Moira, Victoria Chua, Kit Baxley, Danny Fallon, Billy Pedlow, Landon, Alden, Raul, Ramsey Hernandez, Jason T. Cocker. Well, we're going to go into the lightning round at a certain point, possibly. Emmett Flynn, Sean Kinnear, Alex Weiss, Spoken P, Samson. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We have a hard one out of one. So let's get Maina Laura, if you're out there. Can we get Maina Laura up? Did you end up coming in? We were DMing. I don't know what happened. Oh, people are leaving. Okay, well, maybe next time. Okay, so I did want to preface this next act. Okay, I heard this recently that Wagner was the first artist ever to request that people not talk during his performances. Apparently you could just talk. Shakespeare, Mozart, Beethoven, fuck them. Just talk, say whatever the hell you want. But Wagner was like, no. So Benny Hallahan mentions Wagner from time to time. Hilarious, check out the YouTube content. Give it up for Ben Callahan, everybody.
Give it up for Matt, everybody. How we doing? I love it. I love how I'm associated with Wagner now. That's always going to be good for the career. That's right. No, whatever. No, that's crazy. Can you imagine talking during Shakespeare? What an asshole you would have to be to. Okay, all right. All right. So speaking of Wagner, I listen to Wagner. Do you guys know? Now I'm calling him Richard Wagner. I guess that's how you say it. For the idiots out there, Richard Wagner. If you're not up to speed, maybe you heard it. But anyway, I got 2 tickets to the opera a while back.
Yeah.
Really impulsive buy, very expensive. You ever buy tickets to something and just pray you have a girlfriend by that point for that event? It's like a self-timed activity. I don't know, it's crazy. All right, we're done with the Wagner. Dude, I have an anger problem, I guess. And it's crazy. It sucks when you look like me, you have my build. You can't really afford to have an anger problem. Right? I can't do anything about it. I just have to keep it internal. It's like I get angry, but not angry enough to go to the gym. That was, I don't know, that made no sense. That had the rhythm of a joke, but it was no joke. You would have thought, if you guys were a dumber audience, you would have laughed, because it was a fail in disguise. Anyway, I'm a hypochondriac. I think a lot about disease. And I never understood this about diseases. The people that find diseases or cure, whatever, they name the disease after them, which I would name it after an enemy. That's what they'd be like, why are you naming that one Carl Lipton disease? Isn't that the guy that fucked your ex? listen, that's not important right now. This is for science, you know what I mean? By the way, I never understood that. Is that what you want your legacy to be? You know, when people get sores on their cock and balls, I want them to think about me. I want them to remember my legacy. Okay, this. Holy shit, man. How we doing? Anyway, so we're gonna skip that. That's not gonna. We'll circle back on that. I've been getting up early, even though this is my career. This is my career, but I get up at 8 now. I get a coffee at my local place, and then I walk around. It's weird. You guys should try this. I call it walking amongst the employed. I had no idea how many people work in the United States. Have you seen what these people are doing? They're getting up early and walking briskly to these places. It's weird though, because you get into the flow. You know, you have the earbuds in, everyone's kind of in the motion. So I'm like walking briskly too, and then I just kind of do a couple circles and go back to the apartment. I feel like a decoy or something. I don't know. It feels weird. Most people work, but they don't commute now. Work from home. I'm doing the opposite, which I much prefer. But I'm commuting with not. Shit. I was out of breath on that one. I'm waiting for any response, but anyway, I was thinking about Batman. Whatever. So Batman, you gotta be careful, like which emergencies you call him to, because you don't want to embarrass a guy. Like certain things he just can't do anything. Like 9/11. He's like, guys, there's not one gadget that's gonna put a dent in this thing. What do you think? Did you try Superman? He was on vacation. He was in Ibiza. I don't know. Okay, this is maybe the suction cup thing he could do. All right, Batman. It's weird that he has all these crazy gadgets, yet he still relies on a giant light symbol in the sky. Can someone give him a cell phone? What's his butler's name? Alfred. But Alfred, how about a cell phone? Come on. How about a flip phone? All right, that was not worth asking. I don't know why that was more for the recording, so I remember Alfred next time. Anyway, this recording will be deleted immediately upon my exit from this menu. Anyway, I was walking around. I noticed the homeless are around. You know, the unhoused, and I saw the classic homeless cart. Classic. I think that goes back to the 1200s. You know, the cart. Yeah, the homeless cart. You ever actually look at these things? It's crazy. It's almost like they go out of their way to collect things that won't help them in their journey for survival. Uh-oh, Matt was the only one that laughed. It always sucks. You want to be disguised, but he's been exposed. No, but it's crazy. I was like looking, I'm like, really? The little plastic ring in between the bottle cap and the bottle, that's what you're dedicated yourself to? Okay. Shit. Someone said that had potential.
Yeah, that was funny.
Talk to them. It is autumn, and I call this season fly season because I have a fly in my apartment. He's been in my apartment for a couple days. You ever have this? You ever get so lonely you don't kill it? You don't go on a genocidal tear? By the way, what's with everybody in flies and you don't just kill it when it's around, you hunt it. It's like people become deranged or in the SS and they're like, swapping curtains and trying to hunt them down. It's crazy. Alright, that was way too much effort in those facial expressions. Anyway, so I got the fly. The fly's gone. He was with me for a couple days. I said I was lonely. We were listening to podcasts. It was fun. It was good. He's gone now. Either he died or he got bored of me. I wouldn't be surprised if that was okay. Let's end on anything. Anyway, so okay, we're out of time. But let me end on a poem because I've been experimenting. Oh wow, thank you. Okay, this is a quote. This might be stupid, but ready? This is a one-line poem. Religion is philosophy for children. What do we think? Is that stupid? I thought that was, you could see that on it. Okay, we got no claps on that. I don't know. Animal. Okay, give it up for Matt, one of my favorites. Let's give it up. Oh yeah.
Hey now. Ben Callahan, everyone. Check out he hosts an open mic. Is it Tuesday? Tuesday, I think, at Comedy Shop. Check out Ben Callahan's open mic. Hell of a guy. Give it up for Ben Callahan. All right. We have James Moore coming up. Victoria Schwab. Billy Pedlow. Can we get the amazing Songsmith, the song stylings, the talent, the Broadway hypes, Nick Kaminsky, everybody. The show is not over. You're gonna have a lot of dynamite coming. Do what? There is a mic.
Oh my god, yeah.
Great.
Nick Kaminsky.
Hey, so often I'll do funny songs, but I'm not doing that today. But with our theme today, I thought I would go some Wallace Shawn and Andre the Giant tangential material. So this is, if I got bored and I thought, what if Princess Bride was a musical? Because it should be. No, it's not. But it could be. Give me $6 million. So this is, Wesley is walking with Buttercup in the fire swamp, and she is just said, "But Wesley, the Dread Pirate Roberts has been rotting for 20 years. How could you possibly be the Dread Pirate Roberts?" in her New Jersey accent that she has. And he says, "Well, Buttercup, that is a long and very entertaining story. The Dread Pirate Roberts did capture my ship. He lined up the captives with a sword in his grip. He held the blade to my neck and he said, 'Young sailor, why should you not be dead?' And my mind went still like a calm ocean breeze, and I thought of your face and I answered him, 'Please, true love, I live for true love alone. There's a maiden fair with golden hair who loves me. True love, I have a true love at home, and I promised her that I'd return, a vow I intend to keep. And the pirate king, so frightening, was so moved by my plea that he said to me, 'I'll let you live, but you must stay. You'll earn your keep as my valet. But heed this warning, I'll most likely kill you come morning.' And so the weeks went on. Every night Roberts would say to me, 'Good job, Wesley, I'll most likely kill you in the morning. Good job, Wesley, I'll most likely kill you in the morning.' Until eventually I found myself integrating into the crew. So I strived to learn all I could, from fencing to sailing on good pirate ships. The pirate king taught me all that he knew, and his heart is for me steadily true. I fought with my crew against monsters and rivals. From my point of view, just a series of trials. I came of age on the deck of that ship, and I channeled my rage with sword in my hand. For my true
Thank you for recognizing the real me.
that I'd come through. A vow I intend.
That was you.
Dread Pirate Roberts was impressed by my skill. My swordplay, my cunning, my sheer strength of will. Spake to me, Wesley, I see in all your achievements. I know I can trust you, so here is a secret. My name is Robert, it's this. As you wish. Someone give me $6 million. Thank you.
Get this man $6 million immediately. We need it on Broadway. We need Nick Kaminsky, a showstopper. We were waiting all night. Give it up one more time. The Piano Man. All right. I wrote a book 1 year. I wrote one line every day for a year. This is October 2nd. Why not living in a sharing?
There you go.
Okay, who we get is Ian Levy here. Ian Levy, hey now. All right, we have James Mora coming up. Victoria Schwa, you are on deck. Billy Pedlow, you are in the hole. Kid Baxley, Alex Schmidt, Danny Fallon, and more. We might have to go to the light ring. Can we get James Mora? Give it up for James Mora, making English Paradise debut.
What's up? I just want to start by saying this is going to be comedy. I just don't show much emotion, so it might seem like something more serious. I had a gay thought recently. I think I'll share it. I live with a roommate, and we have really thin walls in our house, so I can hear him have sex with his girlfriend. And it's not even just loud, it's like really long. Like I don't know what he's eating, I don't know what's going on, but he fucks forever and it's messing up my sleep schedule. So the other night it's like 3 in the morning, he's just been going and going and going and going and going. And that's when I thought to myself, I was like, damn, I really want Nathan to come right now. And I was like, fuck, I'm gay. And our walls are so thin I could even hear them doing dirty talk with each other. And at one point his girlfriend's like, come for me. And I was like, yo, come for me, dude, I have work. I watched a Joe Biden speech recently. That shit was terrible, dude. That shit was really rough. It was the first presidential address to be delivered completely in cursive. I turned on the YouTube captions and it just said unintelligible. I realized I feel the same way about Joe Biden that I feel about paper straws. As a liberal, I support it. As a person, I think it's way too mushy. I cannot believe I voted for that dude 11 times. The other day, one of my white woman friends posted a story where she was doing affirmations. She was like, I am beautiful, I am talented, I am feminine. Guys cannot do that, I don't think. If I ever posted on my story, I am handsome, I am charming, I am masculine, I think my Instagram will get flagged for hate speech. There's a word we use for male affirmations, and that word is manifesto. I just got on food stamps because I'm a working comedian. Thank you. I recently saw Popeyes accepts food stamps, and I can't tell if that's really racist or really not racist. I think it depends on who wrote the law, you know what I mean? Like it's either those niggers love chicken or niggas love chicken, you know, I'm not sure which one it is. Either way, I'll be seeing you guys at Popeyes pretty soon. My name is, so I'm just gonna workshops and stuff. This is an open mic, right? Listen, workshops and stuff. I usually start my set by saying, my name is James, I'm biracial, I'm half black, half regular. And then usually people laugh, but you know, whatever, it's an open mic. I just want to workshop a few other ones. I'm biracial, I'm half seasoned, half plain. I'm biracial, I'm half ice spice, half no spice. I'm biracial, I'm half ice cube, half ice latte. I think that one's kind of fun. I'm a biracial, I'm half Destiny's Child, half Manifest Destiny. That's the one. Yeah. And then the last one is I'm biracial, I'm half FUBU, half Foo Fighters. And that's all I got. Thank you guys. Bye. Peace.
Yes. For James Moore, giving back his time. Giving back his time. And politics, we love talking shit about Biden. All right, we need that perspective too. Just to get both sides, we need both sides to go down. All right, so we have Kit Baxley in the hole, Billy Pedlow on deck. Can we get the great, hilarious Victoria Schwa up? Give it up for Victoria Schwa.
Oh my god. Okay, first of all, conspiracy theory. Oh, conspiracy theory. Matt listens to women because last week I called him out for not knowing how to say my funny, but he said it pretty well right now, so that's really, really cool. Also, no promises for anything I'm about to deliver. I don't know, I wouldn't buy stock right now, maybe after this. We'll see. Okay, so, I'm from DC. Is anyone here from DC?
I lived there.
Oh my god!
For like 7 years.
Oh my god, like, well, you actually lived there, or were you in Virginia or Maryland?
I was born in DC.
Oh my god!
Yeah, sorry.
Oh my god, okay, so, I'm from DC in the way that I'm from Virginia, and I've literally never met anyone that's lived in DC in my life, except for just now, so this is a very exciting day for all of us. But no, genuinely, like, if someone you meet in college or something says they're from DC, they are from Maryland or Virginia. Like, they did not live in DC ever. I guess working people now, that makes sense, but growing up, no. Anyways, all that to say, I did live very close to DC, so I used the DC airport, and in college, I was dating this guy from Mississippi, and, boo, am I right? Yeah. And so I wanted to visit him over winter break, and so I bought tickets to visit Mississippi, leaving out of the DC Reagan Airport on January 7th, 2021. Now, little could I have known that some other people who were visiting DC on the days of January potentially 4th, 5th, or 6th, 2021, might also be venturing back to the deep south the day after the party. So imagine my surprise when I walk into the terminal and I'm like, guys, we're going world tour? I didn't know you were coming here without me. Am I not in the group chat? What? Oh my god, you guys never told me anything. I was late yesterday. Yeah, so I was on a flight with actual terrorists, and I survived, which is super cool. And yet the only takeaway people have from this story when I tell it is that I dated a guy from Mississippi. Like, that is the only question I get after this. They're always like, I can't believe you actually dated a guy from Mississippi. And my explanation here is that sometimes boyfriends are like Funko Pops. And it's like, but this was a really rare one. They only make 20. It's someone from the South who's also a communist. And I'm like, wait, this is gonna have so much value in 10 years. I know it's just gonna like sit on the shelf and like be mean to me, but like, no, this is an investment. So, you know, that didn't work out great. Other stuff, I'm just kind of chatting at this point. I will say, so, normally I wouldn't talk about this because I try to keep it under wraps, but maybe I will, I don't know. But Matt exposes me every time he introduces me here, and he actually didn't this time. I thought he might have. But I was Miss Virginia last year. Imagine that sometimes. So that was like literally my full-time job. Like, I got paid. I went to Miss America. I didn't win.